All right, we are live, and thank you for watching. This is Noodle Free Mondays, and I'm your guy, Mr. CD Enforcer, aka Poppy Carl, the bad boy. I will start off my streams now with about a half an hour to an hour of video, just because I want to make it like a TV show, and then we come in and talk later about other things. But show some of the work that I've done over the years, and some of the work Bolo has created as part of the show, and eventually, if I can get Mr. BAS to start making videos, that would be great. So we'll see. But for now, we're going to play some videos from a crew I rolled with called Skitbags Entertainment. You hear that loud noise in the background is my dirty PlayStation. That fan runs like a dead body. Well, I guess dead bodies don't run. That's not the point. The point is I'm going to play some videos. We're going to get on with the show about an hour in at 9 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, which is 12 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Then we'll talk. This show is, of course, about the silly things people do in society. Our noodle of the week is somebody whose name I totally messed up now that I'm looking at it. I put Jasa Oinkett-Smith. Instead of Jada Pinkett-Smith, I put Jasa Oinkett-Smith. Jesus Christ, you want to talk about a typo from hell. You know what? I'm going to blame you guys for that one. I got to correct that right there because it looks so stupid. One moment. I got to correct that everywhere right now. Oh, my God. That looks so dumb. So dumb. So silly. Yasa Oinkett-Smith. Like what? 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 Like, I was like, are you calling her a porker? Like, what's going on there? Like, I'm trying to get no beef in the streets. All right, there we go. Save the changes. It'll update everywhere. There we go. Excellent. Thanks for watching, of course. Noodle Free Mondays. Let me just get this video going. Maybe if I can play a few music while I get the straps going. You guys can listen to the music. Quite organized.
An icon.
And his character portrayal of that was so true to the role. We're a Batman fan. I am Batman. Hey. Where is she? But, and I think, those roles are phenomenal. And I would love to play something like that, especially, oh my God, a villain in DC. If you're listening, I want a role, man.
Are you a DC fan? Have you been liking the DC movies that they've been putting out? How do you feel about Aquaman? Are you more DC than Marvel?
These Aquaman trailers are looking pretty bold.
I'm definitely more of a DC fan. But being in the industry and just now getting my foot in the door, and one of the hashtags I use is hashtag no one's talking about us yet, but they will be.
Yeah.
Okay.
Think big, man.
I have to really be careful in the industry and what I say. Because I don't have that A list above my name yet on IMDb.
Absolutely.
Right.
I understand that.
So, but no, I mean, I do like certain aspects of the films that they're putting out now. I'm not a real big fan of CGI.
Yeah, absolutely.
The CGI, I think they're taking way too far. They're adding way too much technicality to it, and I think
with
it really
Aquaman, they have
away.
to.
The whole thing is CGI. Yeah.
Right.
Unless we're gonna train everyone how to swim underwater, and
There's just no other way to do that movie.
No, there really isn't.
Yeah,
And if you look at what they did back in the 50s and the 60s and stuff like that with the special effects, and you go in the 70s with Jaws and the way that they did those with the animatronics and stuff like that, it was really an awesome thing. Even with Hellraiser, I've different conventions and stuff that I've gone to, the Hollywood show, which is an autograph signing event. A couple of other things that we've done recently. You get to meet these people and talk to other, puppeteers and animatronics and special effects people. And, just kind of, since I'm getting to a point where I'm on the same level as they are, not necessarily in my notoriety, but the type of work that we're putting out, I can talk to them on a more personable level rather than, like fangirling, like, oh my God,
Now you have the perspectives where you can kind of relate to what they're saying more.
Absolutely. So I got to talk to the gentleman who did Child's Play. Puppeteer.
Wow.
And and a few others at different conventions that I've gone to, and just talking to them and listening to them, and and gathering that intel and picking their brain about different things, and sharing what we've been doing and how we've been doing it, because the props that we're making right now are hyper realistic. We get every single detail of any skin. You guys have seen.
I saw a picture of a hand that he made, guys, and it looked more real than my own hand.
Honestly, this is some of my favorite aspects about filmmaking are special effects. Like the things that you can do practically on screen, I think are the most fascinating things about the process.
If you shoot it right, I don't think there's anything you can't do with practical stuff.
I agree, 100%.
How did you slide yourself into the special effects world?
Actually, my business partner, Steven Stone Cipher, is a ballistics gel expert.
Okay.
He did some stuff for Vsauce and some stuff like that. So which are all very anatomically correct. So when I started putting Normal Terror together, and he was the first person I contacted.
Absolutely.
He's a brother of mine, and we've known each other for quite a few years now. But he started doing some research on new ways to do things. Things that wouldn't cost as much, because when you're doing an old mold, you have to do a plaster cast, and and then you take that, you cut it in half, you do a double reverse on that, then you have to do some sculpting, and then you make a fiberglass mold of the double reverse cast, and then you put that together. Then you can pour your silicone.
That is a process to make the mold.
Which was a very long process to make those molds and those props.
Absolutely.
What we're doing in the process that we're using now.
Well, don't give away too many of your secrets.
Absolutely.
Right.
You got to pay for that.
Right.
What was it? Heath Ledger said, if you're good at something, never do it for free.
Yeah.
True.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
what the fuck am I doing wrong?
These are the facts, guys.
Words of a freelancer.
So, that's one of the things, is that our process takes it from a, 5 to 10 day process of making the mold itself into a 45-minute process.
Whoa.
And I can actually put the hand that you guys saw, the props that you guys saw, we had done in 4 hours.
Whoa. What?
Nice.
That's incredible. That really is.
And we can have the makeup and everything done and out the door in 4 days.
Dang, you could probably sell like DVDs on how to do this.
Yeah. Oh, I probably could. And that would be phenomenal.
Yeah.
But then I would probably have Hollywood send a hitman to shoot me.
Yeah.
You need to work your way up, because
Yeah.
I hear stories of actors sitting in chairs for like hours.
Yeah.
getting
Well, that would depend
cast
on the
done, all this
application.
stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
If you're shooting Planet of the Apes with Mark Wahlberg, then that'll be like 9 hours.
Right.
Oh, absolutely. Well, and I'm in talks with a big production right now, and I can't go into too many details
Absolutely.
about it
Keep your
because of
secrets.
what the production is.
Yeah.
But it's a very, very big production, and if my special effects company gets it, be really huge for us.
Nice.
I'll put out some good feelings.
It's a very, very large production. And I was contacted by a friend of mine to do it. He saw our work, and it just kind of snowballed from there. So I'm looking at running a team of 6 to 8 lead special effects people, and up to 22 assistants.
Nice. Well, congratulations to Sacrificial going on that.
That's actually Stonemason Special Effects.
Stonemason Special Effects. Well, shout out to Stonemason Special Effects also.
And my business manager is getting that stuff worked out where we're separating Sacrificial Pond from Normal Terror and Stonemason Special Effects, and then
Renaissance
my personal
man does it all.
Great.
And then I have my my personal acting, and I actually had an issue with that recently, where I was put up for a role in an episodic show. And I was told that because I own my own production company, that it was a conflict of interest with what they were doing.
Really?
Which didn't make any sense to me, and it kind of pissed me off, honestly.
Yeah,
could you have signed a loan-out contract instead? A loan-out contract? So you would loan yourself out from your company to the production as a freelancer and then pay yourself that way.
But see, going in as an actor on somebody else's
so it is different for an actor.
It has nothing to do with my production company whatsoever. Right? In Hollywood, everybody in Hollywood has something on the side that they're doing. Everybody. Happy Madison Productions. You're trying to tell me that Adam Sandler doesn't do stuff for other people? Really?
Yeah.
He doesn't do movies that aren't his? Really? Come on.
No, he doesn't. Definitely
does, and stuff like that. So and that's one of the things that kind of blew me off about that. I was really excited about it, but things happen, and we're going the way we're going, and
it's a business in the end.
It is.
It's a business.
We got that going on with Skidbags with Mickey. He actually does our stuff. He has Kodiak Films on the side that he does, and he also does a lot of other films in between for other people. So
it's like I met you on on Crosswars.
Yeah, exactly.
With for Larry Layfield. So
exactly.
I don't know. It is what it is. Whatever. But
it's the personal business side of Hollywood. So I got an interruption. I always want to do something. We're going to take a break. I'm going to ask you 3 questions about 6 things. 666 since we're the horror man.
Oh, wow. Right? You really thought that through.
So the first 6 things is, what are 6 words that begin with S that you like?
Ooh. Oh, okay.
Sacrificial. Sam. Stunning. Super.
Got 2 more.
Stigma.
Ooh.
And let's go with stout.
Nice. Excellent. Stout. All right. Question number 2 in the 666. What are like 6 times you can remember just in life in general, in whatever kind of way that you were just kind of scared, poopless, shall we say?
Poopless.
You know what, dude? As a sober man sitting here today, 10 years ago, I found out that I was allergic to alcohol, which we discussed beforehand. 10 years ago, I found out that every time I drink, I break out in handcuffs.
That'll scare you. That's one.
I thought that was going somewhere else. That's good.
It's for me, living that type of lifestyle, and I was just a homeless skid row bum.
Yeah.
10 years ago, my sobriety birthday is actually coming up on January 17th.
Congratulations.
Thank you, I appreciate that. But I think the scaredest I was a year before that, before I actually got sober, was my last suicide attempt. I took a bunch of sleeping pills, and by the time I realized what I had done, it was too late. And I sat in my room. I was renting a room up in Stevenson Ranch, and I sat in my room and I begged to God I didn't believe in to give me another chance. And I believe for the next 12 hours, I actually watched myself die.
Wow.
It was kind of an out-of-body experience.
Yeah.
But I watched myself die, and in the morning I woke up. I don't know how the fuck I woke up, but I woke up.
That's good. That's crazy.
We're glad you're here today, man.
So, I think that was probably the scariest I had ever been.
Well, I'm going to tell you, you covered all 6 in that, because these are about 6 things in there. We go, damn. So we're going to call that the second 6 right there.
When this goes to post, y'all are going to have to figure that out and find out how many 6s was in
Oh, man, you nailed it. All right, so what's the third 6? Is what are like 6 times you did weird stuff to accomplish a goal, whether it was getting a girl or getting a job or getting money, or can you remember like 6 weird times you just did like some off the wall stuff, legal or not, to achieve a goal?
Oh, hell, man. Everything we're doing on Normal Terror is off the wall. Yeah. You know, I mean, from our camera angles to...
6 things from Normal Terror that you feel like are just kind of just off the angle from the film.
Okay.
They're wild.
Let's see. Our camera angles are off the wall.
Yeah.
The way that we're shooting it in 4K Ultra, but I use what's called a skeleton crew. Okay. So the last time we shot with Craig Reed from Reanimator, he's one of my victims in this film. We literally had 5 people on set. That's it. Okay.
So I had. Is that what a skeleton? It's minimal.
It's a bare bones crew.
It's bare bones, only what's absolutely necessary.
Can you repeat what that phrase is again? Skeleton
crew.
Skeleton crew. I like that. I like that.
So it's absolutely only what's necessary. So I had myself, the other actor, Craig Reed.
Okay.
I had my DP and I had 2 makeup.
Nice.
That's it.
Nice. So what is that? 2, 3? What else? What else? 5?
Okay, so yeah, that works. And then, you know, the process that we're making our special effects with is completely different than anything else in the industry. And you've seen the realism that we're getting from our stuff. So, but we're also being able to put it out a lot quicker than anybody else in the industry because of the process that we're using. So, and I have to thank my my partner, Steven Stonecipher, for that. You know, and let's see. So that's 4?
Yeah, it's 4.
Okay. Another thing of it is unscripted.
Nice.
Okay? It is actual. It's improv.
Yeah.
And the reason I'm doing it that way is because I think the reactions between my son and I are very natural, very organic.
Yeah.
And the same thing with my actors in the scene. If they don't have something that they're trying to think in their head of what it's going to be, oh, I need to scream here. Oh!
Yeah.
You know, it kind of
acting is all the little moments in between.
Right. Yeah. You know, so I wanted to create something that was more natural and organic.
Yeah.
Did you study improv somewhere or? Okay.
No, it's just something I've always been a natural performer.
I love it.
You know, I can emulate almost any accent.
Nice.
Ooh, give us 6 accents.
You put yourself
let me finish
in
this question.
Yeah, one last highlight about the film.
All right. And then another thing is that you know, the difference with this film is that it's from a serial killer's point of view before he's caught. Okay, so there's no cops, there's no investigations, there's no backstory on the victims, there's no follow-up on the victims. It's not about them. That's not part of the story. It's about this dude, his kid, the things he does to survive and pay his bills and take care of his teenage son. And then the flip side of that, when he puts his son down to bed, man becomes a monster and he abducts and kills people in the most horrific ways. But on top of that, okay, none of the abductions are the same and none of the murders are the same. Every one of them is completely different and unique in its own right. And we do have a couple of plot twists coming for you. So as soon as we release it.
Nice. Good job with the 666 questions. Round of applause for the 666 questions. Can you do the 6 accents?
Can I do the 6 accents? Okay. Generally, emulation is by hearing something. So, hey, Adrian, what I'm going to do right here, right, is I'm going to tell you that, you know, I was in the ring with Apollo, right? And, like, you know, so, yeah, anyways, all right, Adrian.
Yeah.
So, now, I know it's not really an
That's good. That's okay. Right? 6 voices. I don't care. I don't care. 6 voices. I love it, dude. Next voice.
Hi, it's me, Bobby from Bobby's World.
What?
Nice.
Right?
How did where did you place that in your, like, is that?
That comes from right about right here.
Whoa.
So I kind of hold that right there, and then what happens is I kind of hold it back a little bit so that I can understand you.
You could do a good Stitch. I feel like Stitch from.
Ooh,
Lilo
Stitch. I could do Stitch. Lilo.
That's perfect.
Another one? That's 2.
Let's see. Okay. And I will love him and hold him and keep him for my very own, and I will name him George.
Nice.
Or Sammy. I like Sammy too.
There he is.
That's right. Got any more?
Let's see, son. Get me going on an Irish accent. Hey, what do you mean I'm talking about? I'm not talking about anything. I'm not speaking to you.
Sammy has a really good Irish accent.
Yeah,
Sammy, you're so talented.
Yeah, that was really good. That's really good. So we got one more left. We got one more voice left.
Let's see. Let me see. Pull something out of my eyes.
You do British? That's a good, nice, easy one.
I spotted tea's a little bit all right.
Yeah.
Not bad, eh?
Yeah. Makes me want a crumpet.
There's a little bit of Cockney out there, eh?
Yeah.
Nice. Good job. Great job with the voices.
Thank you.
Sound good.
Nice. Yo, so about back to the film. So you're working on it. You're working with the young man on the film.
Yes.
Are there any lessons you kind of learned as far as just kind of managing people and managing the process and working with the kids and kind of dealing with artists and dealing with actors? Is there anything you kind of learned from that perspective, just the whole process?
I think the biggest thing I had to learn about it is I have to let it be its own demon.
Mm-hmm.
I have to really back off because I like to control shit.
Yeah.
And it's my baby and it's my vision. And I want my shit and I want it right now.
Yeah.
Okay. And I really have to back off and allow it to be its own beast.
You need to let it breathe.
I have to let everybody, handle the parts that they need to handle. And if I'm not getting what I'm getting on camera the way I want it, then I can adjust it at that point. If the special effects aren't looking right or, everybody that's on board right now is doing this because of the passion of it.
Yeah.
Of course, we all hope that it does something and it makes something, and we are the next cult classic. And we're hoping for a Halloween release of next year. We're still working on budgeting. We just released our first trailer. So I've got a new business manager. I've got a new graphic artist who's putting together some really kick-ass artwork, which you've seen on my Instagram. Our Instagram is normal_terror_ the movie.
Check it out.
And then, we have Sacrificial Pawn Productions and Normal Terror that you can look up on Facebook. And actually what's really cool is that we have, if you look up either one of those names, Sacrificial Pawn Productions or Normal Terror, we're the first 4 on Google search.
Nice.
That's what you hope for.
That's the Google goal, honestly.
But the cool thing is that we haven't paid for any of that.
Good.
Wow.
That's just because of, the hashtags I'm using and the footwork I'm putting into it.
Means you guys are legit.
Let's hope so.
So you started all of these companies from pretty much the ground up.
From nothing.
From passion.
What kind of advice would you give to someone who also wants to follow behind your footsteps and maybe start their own companies?
Open up an LLC, do some special effects.
I think Will Smith said it best in the movie he did where he played the stockbroker. I can't remember what the name of the movie is.
Pursuit of Happiness?
Pursuit of Happiness, yes. He was talking to his son up on the basketball court. And he said, don't ever let anyone take your dreams away from you. Not even me.
It's a good movie.
Nice.
And I think that right there is actually probably the most important thing, is that no matter what anybody tells you at any point in time, no matter what you're doing, if you believe in yourself and you want to do it, you can make it happen.
Absolutely.
There's a way to make it happen.
Heard that.
Yeah.
That's the truth.
That's nice. That's nice.
One thing that I'm curious about.
Yes.
We're going to take a step back to, you said you were talking to the puppeteer from the original Child's Play.
Correct.
Do you think they're going to use a puppet in this real one or the new one? Or do you think they're going to go full animation?
Do you
think it's officially dead?
I would really like to see them go back to the original Child's Play and use puppeteers and practical effects. But I don't know how much of that they're going to do.
I know. See, I bet they're going to want
really
this. They're going to want Chucky running around all over the place. I bet.
Yeah.
Like he couldn't do in the originals. He couldn't run around.
And it's cool because that kind of stuff actually gives people with dwarfism work.
True.
Yeah.
I mean, you get them dressed up and, they're actually able. And that's one of the things I hate about CGI. It has its moment and its place. And it's, I understand the necessity for it. But it really takes away from the talent of the actors themselves.
Yeah, it's kind of like the auto-tune of film.
Right.
Kind of, yeah. That's very true.
And it's like, that's one of the things I love about practical special effects is you actually have to perform.
Yeah.
The screams and the looks on people's faces that sell the horror or come from the actors. It's not something, that you put on a filter on.
Oh, we'll just fix it in
and all
post.
of a sudden, you're going to fix it in post. And, don't get me wrong. A lot of the stuff that we're doing does have to be, color corrected and stuff like that.
Of course.
That's just a part of the process. But, to actually give your actors a chance to perform, I think is something that's really lacking, truly lacking in film.
It might be that they do multimedia, because even in the new Jurassic Park movie, Jurassic World: The Fallen Kingdom, they didn't have any animatronic dinosaurs in the first Jurassic World, but in the second one they did, and they brought it back. And I remember Chris Pratt was like, when I got to see the actual animatronics happening, it felt so much more real than all of the other stuff that they'd been filming. He loved the scene where they used the real dinosaur the most.
Well,
it changes the energy on the set. Really.
Well, have you ever seen how they do most of the CGI stuff?
Yeah.
They either have people with suits on with little ball things all over them, right? The little dot things all over them, or they have like this, set where it's like these little balls on sticks, and kind of like the tripod right there, the spider tripod. Okay, it's like where you can arrange it and do whatever you want. These little balls and all this other shit up, right? But to actually have something viable that you can look at and see and feel and become a part of. That's what makes your acting really kick.
I feel like that makes the filmmaking a little bit more magical also. Changes the whole energy on sets, like shooting with film versus shooting on a digital camera. Like the whole energy on set's different, because that this take is using real film and we only have one shot at it. Right. So we got to make it look good.
Yeah.
And now that I know things like that, I watch movies and I'm like, I wonder if it's in this take, is this person even looking at someone, or are they just looking at a ball? Like, what is actually happening in this movie right
never
now?
know anymore.
Absolutely. And that's the thing for me, is that, you're talking about film versus digital. I wish we could do film, but it is so god-awful expensive.
Oh, it is. Yeah.
We're shooting on
a 15-minute short,
Ultra.
thousands of dollars worth of film.
We're shooting 4K Ultra, on this one, which is right now top of the line. For anything you can do. But the issue we're having is with, a certain camera's aperture is that it doesn't shoot real well in low light. So we have to overlight everything and then tone it down in post.
Exactly.
But those are some of the mistakes that we've learned as we're going along. And, I've got a couple of friends of mine who are, real big in the industry. Jeremy Miller from Growing Pains. He was Ben Seaver back in the day.
Oh, cool.
He's one of my best friends. He's the associate producer on this film. He believes in us. And, he's helping me out on the industry side of things, the things that I don't know, and walking me through all those, those little details. I have Craig Reed from Reanimator, who's a great character actor. He's one of my victims, and he's also one of the producers. So I've got a lot of people involved.
It takes a village.
It does.
Absolutely.
It truly does.
Are there any village idiots? Anybody you needed to have to?
Pretty much the only village idiot is the chief.
Even his son is sitting over there. Like, Dad.
Oh, he's highly intelligent and way more smarter than I am. He kills me on a daily basis.
I see it in his eyes.
But no, I've got we have a letter of intent from Harry Manfredini, who did the score for Friday the 13th.
Wow.
He's going to write an original score for us, provided we get the funding we need to pay him for his services. And then of course I've got the band Invasive up in Washington is doing part of our soundtrack. I have a buddy of mine, Jack London's band The Wild, is doing the song that's on the trailer is an original song.
So you've handpicked all of these people.
I have. And it's not just so much handpicking, but I also a lot of it has been a moment of opportunity. It's stuff that's just stepped into my into my path.
Oh yeah, tell me the story about how you met the guy. He said he was across the street from your shoot or something.
Oh yeah, that's Harry Manfredini. I have a friend of mine who lives up in Valencia, and we were I discussed he asked me one day how production was going, and I was like, well, we're kind of at a standstill right now because we don't have a location. He's like, well, why don't you just come and shoot at my house? I was like, okay, cool. because our set is very simplistic, a lot like the Saw movie. They used, one room to film almost everything in the first Saw movie. We're using a garage, and I have this stuff that I put up that makes it look like a sound barrier. And it's very easy to do the set design on that. So I went over, I checked out his garage, and I was like, dude, this will work perfect. So, we got out there, we're on set, and we're doing the acid bath victim on this one.
Whoa.
With Kelly Kickham. And
poor Kelly.
Harry, and Harry happens to live across the street.
Okay.
And he's really good friends with my friend Lane. And so when he goes out of town, he has my buddy Lane's kids, watch his house and, check on his pets and, and all that stuff. And so what ended up happening was, I have a sign outside on the garage door that says, please do not call 911, filming in progress. Because there are a lot of screams and stuff like that, and we're in a gated
you got to be
community.
Careful, right?
Well, and we're in a gated
with no
community,
permits,
right? Yeah. Well, you don't have to on private property.
True.
Hey,
okay?
Good to know. Everyone out there,
guerrilla filming at its best. All right, some of the shit I've learned.
It's always easier when you got a buddy, right?
Yeah, we're trying to say we're going to go into a whole lot of illegal shit, right? So, no, I'm kidding. But no, Harry happened to live across the street, and he came over to talk to his buddy Lane. We were taking a 5, getting some of the special effects done, and Harry saw what we were doing. He absolutely loved it, and he's like, you may know me. And I was like, yeah, the name doesn't ring a bell. Because I hadn't really paid attention to that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And so he said, well, you'll probably know my work. I said, okay. And he's like, you ever heard of Friday the 13th? I said, yeah.
Sure.
How did you ever?
I follow.
Well, he's the mastermind behind the sound. He created the sound of all the Friday the 13th. Okay? Genius musical composer.
Absolutely.
And after we got done, going over a brief synopsis and a quick, moment talk and whatnot, he's like, well, do you think it would help if I attach myself to your project? I'd really like to do your score. And it's like, in the drop of a hat, like
absolutely.
Boom. If it's meant to be.
Well, at the time, I actually had somebody signed on to do my score. Okay, so another good friend of mine is David Lewis, the keyboardist from the band Ambrosia. Okay, and I had talked to him about doing my score, but he had never done one before. And so at the time, I actually felt really bad that I couldn't give Harry an answer.
Right,
I couldn't tell him yes because I already had somebody signed on to do the score. And I'm not going to pull. I'm not going to
kick him to the curb.
Right. No, I'm not going to. Not only is he my friend, but I mean that's just bad business.
Yeah.
You don't go behind somebody's back to pull this shit or pull that shit or whatever else just because something better comes along. And so I sat down and I had a talk with him about a week later, and I told him, hey, look, this is what I've got going on. This is who approached me and offered his services. Here's a letter of intent. And he was really cool about it. David Lewis from Ambrosia, he's a great guy. I love him to death. And he's like, hey, bro, you have to do whatever it is you have to do to make your film successful and go on the path, that you think is right. And so I really appreciated him, taking that moment, taking that time and understanding that it wasn't personal. It was, about what I thought was best at the time, and he agreed, he had never done a film score before.
Yeah.
So it was going to be something new for him. So I contacted Harry back and, I was like, I would absolutely love it.
Amazing.
Nice. And I kind of got to a point where I was like, completely fangirling on him. It's like, oh my God, you're fucking Harry. Man,
so he did the score, but was he involved in any of the sound design? Are you aware of that?
On Friday the 13th, he did all the sound design.
Oh, he did?
That's a bit of it.
That's. I mean, a lot of people think that that's the heart of the movie. Really, the sound design is what it amplifies everything that you see on screen.
Yeah, absolutely.
I don't know if it would be anywhere near as scary as it could have been if it wasn't for the sound design.
No,
or it's successful of a movie.
If you don't have the sound, it doesn't work at all. I've looked at my trailer and it just doesn't go the same.
Yeah.
Why is everybody laughing at me?
I'm not laughing at you. I was looking at Thomas and I feel like he almost burped. Hiccuped or burped halfway through what he was just saying. And you did this body movement
like a turtle.
That's because I'm like,
a second.
I've lowered myself on the chair.
Was
so
that
I'm
the
like,
amazing
feeling a little turtly?
You turtley, enough for the turtle
And
club.
we'll mark this on the recording and cut it all out. Perfect.
Yeah. All good things.
So,
I'd like to go back with your project. You had said that that your character, you murder people differently every single time. Do you know if that's not normal? Is that
no,
most
it's
people,
not normal.
Most serial killers kill the
They
same
have
way
a
over and over.
particular MO that they use,
Mhm.
correct.
Yeah.
But I kind of took my MO from a lot of different people, and by trade, I'm a truck driver. Okay, I was a contractor for 20 years before the housing market fell out.
You personally, or the character in the movie?
No, me personally. In my personal life, I was a contractor for 20 years. The housing market fell out. I went out and had to find other work.
Yeah.
And so I eventually tried making my way on my own, doing things and miscellaneous odd jobs. Worked for a lumber mill for a while. And some stuff like that. And then I ended up, I've always wanted to drive a truck. Driving is in my blood. And so I got my truck driver's license, and I spent a lot of hours on the road driving. And it really gave me an opportunity, and all that time out there, you're driving for 11 hours a day, 700-800 miles in an 80,000 pound vehicle, in a big 18-wheeler.
Yeah.
You have nothing but you on the road, and so it really gave me a lot of time to think and do stuff. And so, most people, they get rear-ended or, something like that. They're already running late. They spill their coffee, their clothes are ruined for the day, whatever. They get pissed off. Their first thought is anger.
So like while you're truck driving, you travel around the country, meet a lot of different people where you kind of see all these different kind of angles where you come at things. Like she was saying, with serial killers, it's pretty consistent.
Right.
But I guess if you have like a real diverse experience around the country, you can almost think in a perspective where it changes every time, which is
you have to develop the story is like, well, how would somebody get away with it for so long?
Was this story developing in your mind as you're driving?
I think stories are always developing.
Absolutely.
It just depends on, they say that J.K. Rowling, when she started Harry Potter, wrote them on napkins as she was a waitress, right?
I remember.
Okay, and then she kind of put them together and took parts out and moved it here and there. And it's the same thing with, with life experience, as a storyteller, as a writer, is that you really take, your stories and your experiences in life and you mix them into what works best.
Absolutely.
I'm just imagining you every time somebody cuts you off, you think of a new way to kill somebody.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I was like,
you know what, dude? When you're in charge of an 80,000 pound vehicle that takes 4 football fields,
you got to keep your cool.
And somebody cuts you off, not realizing the reason I get pissed off at people that cut me off on the road is because I'm not just going to kill them, but the 6 people in front of them.
Yeah.
Right?
And it's like they don't realize, the danger they're putting themselves in. I think everybody before they get their driver's license should have to spend 3 weeks to a month in a big rig to understand.
I remember I'm a crazy person, and I used to drive from Florida to Colorado at like 4 times a year every year. So that's like
too many times.
Well, I'd have to drive like back and forth for summer. I'd have it was a lot of driving that I was doing, but I think it's fun. I've seen some of the scariest car wrecks doing that drive, and it's always involved semis and you can just tell the way that people drive on highways. It's so angry and like sharp turns, sharp movements. Everyone's always cutting off semis on the highway, and it's just not smart.
Well, luckily he's not killing anybody. He's just thinking of ways to kill people.
Well, you know what? And that's the great psychological twist behind this, is because I've got 6 other films that I'm doing after this one that I already have the concepts for. I haven't written them, but, I have the synopsis for. And one of the lines that I created for another film of mine is the difference between sanity and insanity is the ability to keep your insane thoughts inside of your sane mind. Everybody has them. Everybody has insane thoughts. Everybody, it's our natural instinct as humans.
Totally.
We're hunters. We're hunter-gatherers. So if you take that fact and you put in a so-called civil society, where, everybody is now all posh and, we're kind and happy people. Right. Okay, well, that's a bunch of bullshit. Right. We want to cut and eat things.
Yeah, reality is we're just hairless apes, the most successful ape on the planet.
That's true.
That's all we are.
Absolutely.
Just the smartest one. That's it.
You know?
There's there's a TV show, I think it's on Netflix called The Sinner, if you've ever heard of it. I haven't gotten super far into it because I got scared. But
that's right. You're afraid of horror, aren't
Yes.
you?
During Halloween, it was so bad.
We're gonna get you tickets to the premiere.
Perfect.
So
I'll
when we
sit
do the
in
red
the front.
carpet premiere, you are gonna have to come, and we're gonna have to film this.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
We're gonna have to get this on the radio live.
Get one of those helmets with like a GoPro in front of it, just recording her reaction.
Oh, hell yeah!
I will probably cry because I usually do.
I'm okay with that though.
That's good.
Well, I'm glad you're okay with it.
Oh, that's all right.
I'm okay with it too. I'll babysit her for the night.
Right?
Perfect.
Because ultimately, I want the audience to leave the theater. I want them to look at the person next to them, even if they don't know them, and wonder what if.
Yeah.
You know,
I like that.
Is it possible that this person does these horrific things?
That's my favorite thing about film and TV. It's how can you affect people after they've watched the movie? How can you direct, like, what while they were watching that movie, what is going through their mind? How can you change their view on life?
That's what The Sinner's like, except I haven't gotten to the part where you figure that out.
You know, and another thing too is a storyteller is that not only thinking about what they're going to do, but I'm also leaving a lot of these questions open in this first movie because I want the fan world out there to give out their theories. I want
And then you want a sequel.
The audience interaction is key.
Absolutely. I already have a sequel in mind, but
It's one of the 6.
There's always a sequel.
Okay. We're going to do this real quick.
Honestly, it's very difficult not to come up with a sequel during the writing process. It always happens.
It is.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, because there's so many different parts of the story you want to tell.
I know. And then inevitably something comes up where you can't do it. And you're like, okay, save it for the sequel.
Well, but the cool thing is that, you know, is the writer, director, producer, and actor and everything in this is that really there isn't anybody telling me I can't do it.
That's true.
You know?
What is it
It could
like
be a good
directing
thing or a bad thing.
yourself? You're working, you do a scene, and then you go back and you have to watch the retake. How do you take that? How is that process for you?
I actually wrote that into my writing.
Really?
And it's funny because, you know, since most of this is unscripted, okay, and it's improv and natural and very organic between us, I actually wrote what's called a production shot list. Okay, so for each murder, there's approximately 107 different shots. Okay, so I wanted to, you know, close in tight on my hands, straining, move, cut to, you know, my face, angrily or, you know, whatever it is. So that way I could hand this over to my DP, okay, and my DP knows exactly what I want.
I love it.
So we can film chronologically according to the list I give her, and all she has to do is change the camera angle or, you know, get a different shot or whatever, you know, because I don't know how to work a camera.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know anything about camera work. That's why
you're doing everything else.
That's what the DP's for.
But that's what I hired a DP for.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know what the hell, you know. I know terms, but I don't, you know,
everything but the camera.
Right.
You walk into his house every
When I was doing research on Clive Barker, he said in his first film that he wouldn't know the difference between a 12 millimeter or 50 millimeter or a submarine if you had told him it was a lens.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
True. I mean, it's just a bunch of different kinds of glass.
And that's absolutely it. You know, is that I have no clue what the hell they are, what they do. That's why
there's a lot of subtleties when it comes to lenses.
You know, sound. I don't know anything about it other than it comes out of my fucking mouth. Right. I mean, you know, I can clap my hands and make a sound, you know, sound like a retarded seal, you know, and it's like, you know, shit like that. I don't know anything about that kind of stuff. So I don't try to pretend to tell them I know how to do their jobs.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, that's what I bring you on for. This is what I want. Do the adjustments you need to do and make my fucking vision happen.
And people like that too. When you hire them to do something, kind of let them do their job. You know what I'm saying? Instead of trying to tell them how to do the job and you don't even know how to do it.
Let them add some inspiration.
You know, now when we take and review the footage and we look over the dailies, and, you know, see, okay, well, I didn't really like that. You know, I think you could have got a better angle. You know, well, this part right here pulled out of focus. You know, you weren't in focus right here, which I think we may be able to use if we cut it right.
Yeah.
You know. So I'm always looking for solutions in different.
You can always fix it in post.
Yeah.
Right. Fix it in post.
Fix it in post. Saved a million movies like that.
Makes me want to grab a post and smack somebody with it.
Just take a bunch
Here,
of
I'm gonna
post-it
fix this
notes.
in post.
It's one of my least favorite things to hear is we'll fix it in post.
You know,
because that means you have to pay for more posts.
Yeah.
Right.
yeah. So
Essentially.
right.
Nice. What do we look like on time?
We have, I think we're 55 minutes in.
Yeah.
Oh, good.
Only
Good.
55
Right on time.
minutes.
55,
Yeah.
just about 55.
And it's a 2-hour show, right?
Yeah.
No,
No, it's an hour.
We have. So, are we gonna cut
Yeah,
this?
yeah,
Did
we-
you mark this?
We have a cut at 50, and then we have a cut at exactly an hour.
Perfect.
So if we
was
want
that the turtley line?
yes. Exactly. So do we want to talk about one more thing, or do we want to
Well, we
round it
can.
out?
So we have the hour-long dash edit, but then we do the unfiltered full one for Apple and
right.
Spotify and stuff. So if you're liking this conversation, we can keep going, and then it'll all go up on Spotify and Apple.
I'm here for whatever y'all want me.
Yeah.
So
We have some more time in the studio. We can just keep rolling.
Yeah. Fuck it.
so you're a special effects guy.
Yes.
So what is your favorite creature feature? What is the favorite creature that you've seen created?
Ooh.
And how would you reinterpret the costume yourself? If you were to
Ooh, I
make
like
that
that.
application, what would you have changed about it? Like if you were watching Pan's Labyrinth and you obviously you're watching.
You know, I think I've got to say basket case.
Yeah.
You know, basket case, the entire concept of having this weird little like thing in a basket is just
I don't know basket case, so explain to me what
Oh
is
my
it that we're
God.
talking
We
about?
have an amazing thing right here. It's called Google. okay?
Ooh, love the
So
Googles.
what I'm gonna do is I am going to Google basket case.
A basket is involved.
Yes, it is.
Wait, really?
Okay. Basket case,
Oh,
1982 film. Dun, dun, dun. Dun, dun.
This movie's older than me. This is why I don't know it.
Right?
Yes.
Okay, so
I never
this
never
is-
heard of it either.
Okay, so the synopsis of the film is a grotesquely deformed Siamese twin joins forces with his brother to stalk the physician who separated them at birth.
Okay.
So let's see. We'll go to Wikipedia real quick.
I
I know I can't legally plug these things, right? But it's free advertisement for you guys. It's okay.
Bring it back.
So
Right.
they used a real baby for that.
What?
Did they
For basket
really?
case?
Whoa.
I believe they did. Some of the baby is real. I mean, it's got to be a real baby
Some of the babies.
at one point, or do you think the whole movie is a fake baby?
You know, I think the
What's
movie was
the-
a fake movie? Fuck, I don't know.
Is that good?
The special effects for Belial consist largely of a puppet in some scenes and stop motion in others.
Oh, so no, it's never a real baby.
Oh no, thank you. I'm looking at this picture. This is
Here, let me see.
Oh, I would get nightmares from this. I would absolutely.
Okay, so for
So it's this big
everybody
like
listening,
white
it's like a pillow monster almost.
Right.
Huh.
You know, but it's like the concept of it.
It's like a
is
cloud
so
with sharp
cool for
teeth.
me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
in a basket.
In a basket.
In a basket.
In a wicker basket
Well,
that you
it's
would
like,
take out to a
you know,
picnic.
Brad Williams is my son's favorite comedian.
So-
Loves him to death.
Mhm.
Brad Williams is funny as hell. Love him. But he has a line, and he's talking about people who have the fear of little people, midgets, right?
Mhm.
And so, you know, one of this woman actually told him this, and he uses this in his skit, so it's not anything I'm trying to, steal or anything. But he says that women think, or this person thought, and it's not just him, but this person thought that the reason they're afraid of little people, I think that's politically correct.
Yeah. Sure, go ahead.
Yeah.
Okay, those with dwarfism, is because they thought they were going to be raped by them.
What?
And he said there is a 100% chance, foolproof way to prevent that. And he put his hand out. And he said, that is how you have to stop it. Right? But that makes me think of basket case. And this is how it relates. Okay? Is that in basket case, you have this little thing inside of a basket, right?
Yeah.
I just
How is it going to
close
get
the
to you?
fucking lid,
Exactly.
okay?
How is this going to endanger you?
Right.
It has to be carried around places.
So how would you
Right.
make basket case scary?
Yeah, what would you do to change it?
I think if you kind of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Okay.
Okay. What was it? Krang or something like that?
Yeah.
The dude in the
robot
center,
body.
the big robot body, right?
Oh, you're talking about
Okay?
the
He
live
kinda has,
action
like,
movie.
These weird little,
Yeah.
leg thingies,
Yeah.
kind of
Late
slimes
late
around
enemies,
on the floor,
yeah.
right? If I was to do basket case reboot, Okay, and to do it my own
He would
way,
have to have little.
he would
appendages.
have to have like little appendages where like he could like slide out and slime around.
Oh yeah, that's
Like
very
an
crucial.
Like
Yeah.
flubber.
You know, an octopus can go through a hole that big. As long as its beak can fit
Right.
through it, it can fit through it. So if we're to do the same type of thing with the basket case, oh, dude, how awesome would that be?
Yeah.
You know, she
You
like
know-
slides out of an electrical socket.
That
You know,
like very, very popular right now. Like
Yes, I love
kids
slime.
love
Oh, really?
slime.
Yeah.
Kids love it. Like they watch hours of people making slime, and that's how I feel
Oh,
about
yeah.
me.
That's
Like just
I'm not
slime,
a kid, but
like
I do that.
going
Yeah.
places. He can like
You know?
crawl. I
So
like
in
it.
the original basket case, how did the basket kill people?
you know, honestly, dude, it's been so long since I've seen it. I don't
Because it
even know.
has to be carried around.
Right.
Yeah.
But I believe it was like something between the brother, you know, the twin brother that was a part of it. Was like,
Okay.
you know,
Okay.
An
that was
enabler of some
ultimately
sort.
what they went about. You know, was that they were
Somebody was assisting the basket.
right. That,
Yeah.
The
My
basket case
understanding-
assistant.
yeah.
The basket can't do this all on its own.
Right. So they just carry the basket around.
In
just
my
like,
world.
scared.
But in my world, it could.
Yeah.
Right.
You know, put like a little RC motor on the basket. You know?
I like it.
Yeah, it needs
Would it be
appendages.
scary, like scary arms coming out and like crawling and pulling the basket with
Be
it?
cool,
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I
Nice
have
shot.
to know. We always ask our guests if
Okay.
you got like $30 million to do whatever you wanted to do. A lot of people come up with ideas where they have to use CGI, where they have
No.
to use a lot of post production,
No.
but you don't like that.
No.
So if you had $30 million, how
Mhm.
how would you spend $30 million?
My next film, okay, is how I would spend it, but we would need 30 million to do it.
You should do your next
Okay.
6 for 30 million.
And I'm actually developing the storyline now, but it's based on
More horror.
Can I say this? It's a okay. Think 13 Ghosts crossed with Pirates of the Caribbean in steampunk fashion on a train.
I like it. I like it.
Oh.
I like it. I want it. I
So,
like
but
that.
here's the thing: since the spirits are on the train, right?
Okay.
Most
Mhm.
people would do that in CGI, right?
Yeah.
Computer generated, you know, spirits, right?
Ghosties.
Because basically their souls are taken from their bodies as the ghost train
Yeah.
passes, kind of thing, right? So what I'm planning on doing is if we use LEDs and we light the bottom of a window pane, okay, and then we shoot the window pane in a reverse image of the characters who are off screen, we angle it just right, you know, like here. You see your reflection in the window right here, right?
I
Yes.
love it.
Okay. Now, if we shoot that, then it gives you the same transparency. You can see what's going on out there. Okay.
Yeah.
But you don't have any CGI. So your actors are still able to give you your, your performances,
performance.
and
That is-
everybody is still doing it. You just have to remember the image is reversed when you're shooting it.
That is exactly what Disney does in their
Oh.
Haunted Mansion ride.
Yeah, that's
They
what
have
they do.
these mannequins that are set up dancing, and then
Right.
they have a mirror. I think
Mhm.
I mean, I think it's pretty much exactly what you were just explaining. And so when you're on the ride, you see people.
See,
and,
I didn't actually know
and
that.
they dance. They dance through
through the
this
tables,
table,
and they dance through cakes and stuff, and it's
Yeah.
all
and you're like,
underneath
how is that possible? And
Right.
it's all the mirror.
It's all
and,
mirrored. Yeah.
Yeah,
No, that's cool. I actually didn't know that.
yeah.
I haven't been to Disneyland in years and years, but hey, if somebody out there wants to VIP me and get me some tickets because it's expensive as hell.
Well, I mean, these two here, they're official VIPs for
well,
Disney.
Yeah,
They don't have
we have
to.
annual passes though. But if you didn't know, they
But
do
we need 4 tickets.
they do
though, right?
monthly payments now.
Oh, they do?
So you go in
So
and
it's
you
a
do
lot,
it.
but it's a lot spread out over a
Right.
year.
Yeah. And then we go if you go like twice a month, you're getting your money's worth, man.
Well, yeah, if you go twice a month.
No,
but
it's
then you
not- it's
gotta
not
fight
twice a month.
traffic.
Is it just once a month?
It's like I think it's like once every 2 months. Well, it also depends. We have the highest pass.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah,
We're
you guys-
bougie Disney ladies.
So you guys are like walking through like multi-pass.
Right?
Multi-pass. Excuse me.
Multi-pass.
You know,
Dude, I
Multi-pass.
love that movie. man.
The highest pass gets discounts. So
Oh.
we get
Oh, really?
discounts on
Yeah.
food.
Get discounts
And
on
that's
Discounts
worth
on
it
your
right
your
there.
glasses of wine at California Adventure.
Yeah.
Oh my god, that's fabulous!
Nice. And wait, it's Mickey Mouse's birthday or something today?
Yeah.
Yes.
Happy
No
birthday,
way.
Mickey.
Happy birthday,
Happy
Mickey.
birthday,
He got
Mickey.
the shirt on too, representing.
Yes.
Right.
Wow.
Mickey is 90 years old
Is he
today.
in the public domain yet? I'm going to
No,
release my
he
own
is
Mickey cartoon.
not.
Right.
And he
Nope.
never will be.
Right.
That will never
Disney
happen.
won't let it happen.
They
Yeah,
will
they
not.
don't want me to get my hands on making it. They don't want to see what's coming.
Trust me, they don't want Sacrificial Pond Productions to get a hold of Mickey.
Mickey's gonna go on a killing spree.
I don't want Mickey to do any of those things. I love him. Keep him pure forever.
Yes.
But can you imagine like a zombie?
Would that be a CGI Mickey or would it be a puppet Mickey?
No, it would be puppet.
Puppet Mickey for sure.
It would.
Well,
think it would have
what
to be
kind
puppet.
of puppet? Would it be one of those like
Original?
people in
Oh.
like
Yes.
a Mickey costume?
Yes, I actually have a friend of mine who's huge.
Zombieland, but at
He's,
Disneyland.
let's see, the Jeff and Janky show. Janky, Pat Jakanowitz, something like that. I think it is. I know I'm butchering your name, Pat. I'm so
Sorry,
sorry.
Pat.
I love you.
Shout out to Pat.
Shout out to Pat at Chaotic
You
Radio.
have an easy first name.
Yeah, the Jeff and Janky show. But he's like 6'8". He's
Okay.
just like this huge monster of a man.
Whoa, 6'8".
But like, if we were to put like Mickey, like this zombie Mickey vampire, like serial killer dude together, like it would be phenomenal. If
I'm
he were to
imagining
play
this
that
suit
character.
like it has long arms that kind of like hang too, and like he's. Just,
I
like,
think that's a
this
little bit too
scary-
much like the Slender Man.
Oh, Slender Man.
Slenderman is scary, to be
Yes.
honest with
No,
you
thank
guys.
you. Let's
I-
stop that conversation.
Right.
I know.
I watched the Slenderman documentary on YouTube
No,
when it
stop,
first came
stop.
out in high school.
Uh-huh.
And because I live in Florida, there are woods everywhere. Some of my friends live in houses that I have to park on the street and then walk through a forest to get to their house.
Did Slenderman come out that long ago? Oh,
Well,
this
the
was a
movie
documentary.
did, but this is like a fake mockumentary that
Right.
they made on YouTube. And the mockumentary was way scarier than the movie that they did.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, we got to be
Okay.
sensitive because Casey's. You've been through some stuff,
Yeah,
right?
no, we're not. No.
So-
Yes, I have.
Oh, that's
Casey's
right.
apartment is haunted,
Like,
guys.
Yeah, every time you like have an issue, like or hear something or something, it happens, right? Is that my understanding?
Yeah, well, there's so much. There's so much in my life that has happened, but there's just a lot of weird demonic things that happen in my life.
That's
So
hot.
I try to stay away from horror because I feel as though it is easier to attach.
I really like demonic shit. That's like cool.
Hey.
You would like to be a part of my life then, because every week now,
I mean, like,
pretty
really,
much.
Like we should hang out.
I can like get in character real quick and I can give you a hug.
You know what? Maybe you can come over to her apartment and then scare the spirit that's haunting her.
Okay, but I feel like that would make everything worse.
Like, this is worse now.
My house has been blessed,
Already.
and so
Well,
I.
but what if I show up with sage, like covered in blood and sage, like I'll light the sage, but you have to invite me in.
No, I don't know about that.
I'd leave you at the door.
I can't say anymore.
Yeah.
This is a lot.
Gabby, okay, here's a great
I'm
story.
sorry.
Gabby was in my house yesterday.
I was
And in the middle, we were talking about my cat because we don't know what's wrong with my cat, but he's balding, so he's just a little bald bastard right now. So we're calling him. Anyway, Gabby
I'm
was
gonna
like,
leave that one alone.
I looked at her and I was like, what if the demon in your house is like slowly killing Lenny, the cat?
What if he's
Because
slowly
animals-
possessing him?
That's what I'm thinking. Like animals can see that shit, and demons know that. So they all the first thing that they do is take out the animal in the house.
But has the cat tried to kill you yet?
Yes.
It's true. She had some
This is
scratches on her
awesome.
face.
Yes.
Can I come film?
She said
Dude, we have a short right here. Perfect. It's
if you want to
beautiful.
film somewhere, film at my childhood home.
Oh, we can do that too.
Yeah.
Can I take
It
your
is-
half balding cat?
It's
We
real,
have to
no
take the-
CGI, real balding cats.
Real balding
Yeah.
See,
cats.
but the weird thing about
No
my
cats
original
were hurt in
home,
this
my
film.
my dad is an architect and he built our home. He built my childhood home.
Nice.
And to do that, he had to dig straight into 10 feet of solid rock.
Right.
And we always thought like we have to be on a burial ground. Like this house is so incredibly haunted.
That's like some real poltergeist.
And yeah, but
Yeah.
he dug into 10 feet of solid
Yeah.
rock. There is nothing underneath
Nothing under
us.
there.
So we've never figured it out. And then my parents were like, yeah, we're selling the house now. So
Still a
We-
mystery. Still a
honestly,
mystery.
I'm so sorry to
Well, no.
whoever lives there.
See,
We never
you're-
told them. I don't know if anything's happening and we just don't know.
No, check it out. See, because God said, he who builds his house upon the sand is a fool, but he who builds his house upon the rock shall be blessed.
Casey's dad is
Right?
smart.
And you know what? Our house
So,
was built as a
maybe
cross.
it's a blessing and a
Our
curse.
house
See?
looked like a cross. The blueprint of it, if you
Huh.
look from
Yeah.
Google
Oh,
Maps,
this
the
house.
satellite, it looks like a cross.
Yeah.
Dude, there's nothing
That's
wrong
why there
with
were
your
spirits
house.
there. They were just trying to.
No, I'm telling you
It
right
probably
now,
just-
there was something very wrong with that house, and I'm sticking with it.
Well, I could believe it because I mean, you use certain symbolism. That's why we got the crosses. We got the certain symbolisms, and across the planet, there's actually energy lines that go across the planet, and they peak at about 4 a.m.
And
So
every pyramid is on an energy line. Every
Exactly.
single
So
one.
your house may be
We
near
could get-
one of
we
those
could get into some
crossings, and then
really
you got
cool
the
shit if you
symbolism
guys
and
had
all
more
that. So
time.
like your dad may have like accidentally like put you like at the center of like some world energy location.
Well, since we're
Maybe.
talking about spirits, do you have any stories? Have you ever dealt with something?
Other
of
than
that?
watching myself die, no.
Yeah, right. Personal
Yeah,
demons.
that's it.
You know, other than the out of body experience, watching. You know what I mean?
All right, it is Noodle Free Mondays, and I'm your guy Carl, Mr. CD Enforcer. Oh, and just getting back into the computer, and I see my guy Jenks slid up in here, was playing, had some dark side music stuff going on out there. What up, Jenks, God? I was away from the computer waiting for stuff to load up. But what's happening, fam? What's that? That's right. Protect yourself from these demons. So I'm Mr. Seed Enforcer, aka Poppy Called a Bad Boy, and this is Noodle Free Mondays. Yo, what's happening, fam? What up? And we're gonna get it in for Noodle Free Mondays. Excellent. Yeah, man. If you ever do want to come on the show or you bored or something, just tell me. I'll send you the link, man. And whatnot. And that's always in Mondays, Wednesdays, and Saturdays. If you're ever bored, you can always come on and talk about whatever. So let's see what else we got going on here. Also got my guest host with me. I'm Mr. Seed Enforcer. So our noodle of the week is Miss Jada Pinkett Smith. Some know this person as Will Smith's husband. Other knows this person as Tupac's false lover. Many others know this person as that wild bitch that came through the party and fucked everybody. So we'll talk about all those kind of things. Allegedly, even though Will Smith has smacked several niggas over this. But that's alleged too, even though it's on film. So that's that and whatnot. So let's get into the show in a little bit. Of course, I do have my guest host with me over here, Mr. Volo M. Tautology, aka Volo the Mastodon. You may have to demute yourself, or he might be too far away from the computer.
You.
There he is. What's going down?
All is good, man. All is good.
Nice. So at the beginning of the show, we always do like a little quick light wrap up. I figured for these shows, we got all these really great interviews we did with the skip bag stuff. So I was like, you know what, let me start playing those. And especially since it's Halloween, that guy Sam, he's a whatchamacallit, a horror movie creator. So I figured he'd be perfect for this one in month. So we did that, and that was cool. And we usually do a wrap up. Me, same old stuff, doing some comedy shows, running the streets of LA, causing trouble. Apparently, I'm good at comedy, which is a great thing. But I have no money yet, so that's the bad part. We'll figure that out later, another time. I gotta get my light over here. I'll deal with that in a second. So, anything going on with you, Volo?
Doing the same, running around, working my butt off, all these different gigs, and me and the boy, we back in our little riding the bike rotation every day. So today we rode the bikes, and tomorrow is the big day. Sonic the Hedgehog comes out again. A new Sonic the Hedgehog game come out. So
what's the whole plan for that?
Nothing. Just getting him tomorrow and going to go pick up the game. He wanted to go up there today and bribe him to get it early. Mm-hmm. Ain't got time for all that.
Right.
The rich kids already got it and showing video and everything of it. So
like the early buy, like when you buy it ahead of time.
Well, they have tomorrow's the actual release date. Ooh. But those that got connects already done had it for a couple of days. So we ain't got connects like that. Ain't got time for all that.
I see. Excellent. Well, my man say he needs to add a truck scene in that serial killer movie. Yeah, that's I don't know. I gotta see it again. He made it a while ago. It's actually the movie's called Normal Terror. Right here. Matter of fact, let's watch the trailer to Sam's movie. Let me see if I can find that. Have you been working overtime and stuff, Bolo?
Nah, just on my regular shift. I've been trying to get set up with these overtime shifts, but they bugging with these apps, you know.
But they don't want you to get more than just to 40, huh?
Yeah. It all linked together, work together, you know. So they've been sending me stuff mostly that overlaps what I'm already doing. And it's like they want me to leave to get a couple extra dollars an hour or whatever. So I ain't got time for all that. They bugging.
All right.
You know.
Well, I found the Normal Terror trailer. Let me give credit. I guess Jessica Brown. That might be whoever's working with name. Let's see here. One moment while I get my stuff organized here. Bang, bang. Fair use. Uh-oh. And anything else, Craggy?
No, that's pretty much it. You know, same as that's Saturday, day every day. You know, like I said, we gonna ride our bikes and then we'll probably get the game, then ride our bikes, and then today we had some chicken for dinner. In fact, I think I have one more piece that I might go nibble on, and that's it. I guess Jada. I thought she was last week. Who was
she was? I don't
week?
know. But I don't know. Did she do two stupid things? I think she did one. You know what it is? I think the first thing was, what did she do?
She spoke.
Yeah, she did like two stupid things back to back. It was like one thing she was like, she Tupac proposed to her, but Tupac had actually already proposed to his girlfriend and married her right after he got out of jail at the time. So she's like, he's all alone. There's something else this dumb bitch said.
Bird.
Oh, she said the shit about how like it wasn't Will Smith and all this shit. Like, this just bitch. Anyway, allegedly. So let's check out this Normal Terror trailer. Let me get the sticker off of here. I mean, oh yeah. She on a roll. Yeah, Jada's on a big roll there, Jinx. You damn right, brother. She like all of my ex-girlfriends rolled up into one bitch. Let's see this trailer from my guy, Sam, who was the early interview before this, we start talking.
How are you? Yeah?
Look into my eyes and I will tell you I don't wanna be everything that you do. Show me what you think, show me what you feel. I don't wanna be the one to say it's not real. Come on, little girl, take me by the hand.
Yeah, you're my right, good. Come on
in. Everything you don't understand.
For me, I wasn't there. Everything okay?
Yeah.
Came for me, I wasn't there. When they came for me, I wasn't there. When they came for me, I wasn't there. I'm just tired of this.
You sure you're doing okay?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, let's go. Make sure you put on your seatbelt.
Please let me go. Please.
All right, so that was that from right there, and that was a trailer from Sam's movie that he talked about, and he's probably been working on other stuff since then. So let's see what else is going on. Of course, that last track was a classic track from Gut Entertainment. There we go. Yeah, he definitely said he's the sound guy. But that's the tough thing about making these movies. He basically did it independent, so he had to do it all himself, spend it all himself. So, for example, the amount of money he spent on his movie, Spike Lee probably spent that same stuff on his movies back in the day, but those movies he was able to get his hands on himself. Well, in modern times, with the same amount of money, you kind of got to cut certain things. You got to take favors instead of paying people, all that kind of stuff. And he was new to Hollywood, so he didn't have any connections. He had to like make them up as he went along. He did pretty good. He should be working on his next movie. I got another homie named Keith Sutcliffe. He's got 3 movies he made. They're visually better. His new movie is actually a Cyclops prequel. So while Cyclops before he was hanging with everybody, it's like Cyclops by himself and whatnot. And he's like the main character, and that's his new movie that came out. So I mean, in his first movie looked like that one, and now he's got this Cyclops one. It's a lot better. So there you go. Let's see what else he got going on here. I think Volo's muted. He had to unmute himself. And all right, yeah. I don't know. Jada Pinkett Smith did something. We just keeping her up. She might just get the noodle of the week for the whole month. It's Halloween. She's scary. Like one of them witches that show up, that bald head and them crazy dresses.
I know.
She said Tupac gave her alopecia. Which I smacked. Boy, it was them dookie braids. That's what gave you alopecia, motherfucker. Playing around. That's right. X-Men Cyclops. Yep. X-Men Cyclops. Yep. Let me see if I can find it. Let me see right quick. Maybe I'll show that to you. That's my guy. He's a Skip Bags family representative. So we see him talking. Matter of fact, I'll bring it up on screen so you guys can kind of get a look. So this is my guy. This is the homie. He's from Florida. His name is Keith Sutcliffe. He was friends with a lot of those people in there in the thing, and he did a movie called The Mason. Well, his first movie, I think it was called The Refuge. This was his very first movie, and it was okay. Looked good, but it wasn't good, but it looked good. Like he was too touchy. But he should have another one. Oh no. Okay. Well, he put up his director's reel. All right, I'm gonna look at that because this first scene on here is the scene from the. So let's get this up. So this is the scene from the Cyclops shit, and I guess he's showing all the stuff he directed. It says it's 2023 director's reel. So let's see.
I'm listening. I'm here now. I'm found.
That was my homeboy Keith Sutcliffe's director's reel. I don't know why he didn't pick more action shots. He picked like all the pretty stuff, but it was like all calm and shit. That shit was all peaceful. Yeah, exactly. Because that you see him in the jacket with the glasses. That's the Scott Summers shit, and I guess he was rolling a DeLorean And I guess I don't know, he's doing whatever he's doing, but he didn't put none of the action parts in it. But I don't think he's finished the movie because I noticed there's no way he could have did that movie without any action. So he probably only has half the movie done. It was his director's reel. So he actually combined 3 different movies. Let me tell you where he fucked up. And this is, like I said, it's that independent shit. So he probably had somebody do him a favor. Where it was fucked up at is he made a director's reel and he combined 3 of his movies together in the reel, right? But what he didn't do is every time he switched between movies, he didn't put the title of the movie up like, oh, this is that movie. This is that movie and that character. You get what I'm saying? Then it's like, oh, now I know what's going on. So that is something he could have did. And if you are making a reel, a director's reel, or any kind of video reel, comedian or whatever you do, actor, whatever, make sure you label when you're switching through stuff. Don't expect people to just get it. They don't know you. You're not Will Smith. We don't know his crap. That's all that was. Oh yeah, he's on some straight up peaceful gangster. He'd be on some like GTA shit. Like my homeboy's whole style is they're on some like GTA type shit. So the movie always has like the weird kind of like 80s kind of music and shit. But then he'll take it and spin it to like a Cyclops prequel was the most recent one he's working on. So I'm like, I let him go. I figured that's his own creative style and shit, you know. So like nigga, blow something up. That's what I say. You know what I mean? Shit. Fuck it. I don't know where we might have lost Volo. He might be all.
No, I'm here.
I thought you went to watch some of that naked yoga.
Nah.
Excellent. So do you have any noodles topics on your mind? Like you were just saying that they're tripping with the app with all this stuff. You don't have to be specific, but there has to be some noodle shit going on there that you can bitch about.
And it's going to go back to just how this whole system is working and everything, and you know who my noodle is, this damn administration. Well, you know, because they're going back to, you know, they opened up the borders. You know what I mean? You can physically see this influx of Hispanic people.
Low cost health.
Yeah. And you know, I have a whole bunch of our people trying to get into these places, and you know, they're all gig appers now. They all on apps, you know, trying to get that, you know, permanent position, you know. Yeah. So it's part corporation, part just how the system is set up, and you know, yeah. I mean, I don't know what else to say, man. Like, but you know, you're dealing with people that's okay with how this is going down, you know.
Well,
they in on it.
Well, I think one of the things is, if you don't know anything about America, the one thing I learned that kind of made me do this whole Carl for President thing and start thinking about it was, I realized that, Bolo, 95% of people are in on it.
Yeah.
But they don't even know they're in on it. They just think they're living their life.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They don't know they're in on it. So it's not like the people in on it are sitting around rubbing their fingers, jerking off to the shit every day. You don't even know they're doing it. Like, I actually got to talk to a few rich dudes out here, like as friends for the first time in my life. I don't know if y'all ever had this experience, because you know, you come by rich people, but you don't never get down to sit and talk to them like we talk and know each other all through this with my man Jinx. We know each other kind of inside and out. That's how I got to talk to like millionaires and billionaires out here when I got here early, and like sitting on their yacht for hours with them and talk about this shit, because they for some reason are more interested in my presidency than my mother and anybody else I know. It's the craziest shit, right? So I talked to him about like, yo, do you know that like the stuff you do has like the residual effects and and it's kind of, and dog, almost all of them told me, yes, I know, and I don't give a fuck because everybody else is doing that shoot. And if you don't do it, you wouldn't be sitting on this yacht like we are right now. And then he looked, and then I looked at him, and then I picked up my drink, some really expensive wine. You know, this guy buys $1,000 bottles of wine and tequila, right? Like if you ever seen that new white tequila bottle with all the blue flowers on it that everybody gets now, he had that shit 7 years ago, just sitting in his yacht like a regular shit, right? That's his every day. And he got multiple joints. So we sit there and we pick up our drinks. Yeah, I was like, man, you kind of like an evil genius, dog. And then he's like, yeah. And then we was like, ha 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 ha. It was sitting on the back of the yacht in Marina Bay. And I was just like, looking at seals and shit. I'm like, damn, shit, I might have to get my genocide on too in this bitch. You know what I mean? So they know, but they either don't care or they know and they don't know. They just think they're doing good business. You know what I mean? They don't realize the residual effects of money and greed.
Yeah.
That's all. They're just trying to make more money and get their investors more money. And if they're doing that, they're a good person in their own eyes. They don't care what the residual effects is. Like this guy I've been listening to lately, his name is Prithi. He's talking about like buying multiple businesses. Some people call it being a venture capitalist, like Mark Cuban or that Damon John guy, the Shark Tank guys, right? You buy businesses, you group them all together. That makes it worth really big, and then you resell that whole group. That's why you see a lot of companies and healthcare companies and places you go. Oh, this is at the Johnson Medical Group Center. You hear that group shit a lot. That means there's a group of dudes that don't know shit about healthcare, don't give a fuck about what you get paid, don't give a fuck about if you're getting overcharged. They're going around just buying up companies that people are sick of owning. Then they group them all together and then they resell them for double the price or like $1 billion, even though they bought all the companies for 50 million, 20 million, 100 million. And they don't use their own money. They actually just go to the bank. So I'm going to put y'all in the game on some for you quick thinker guys who actually got the balls to actually track down rich people and talk to them about this and go to a bank and basically game your way into getting a loan and go to businesses and convince them to sell to you. If you got the balls and the heart to do this, you got to be a salesman type of cat for this. But this is the deal, and I'm going to give you the game of what it is. So, Bolo, could you – I'm going to mute you because I'm getting this feedback, Bolo. Yeah. I'm going to give y'all the game on this, and this is how you do capital venture and you make millions and billions of dollars. Our parents had no idea about this and never taught us. I'm going to put us all in the game. So this is the game. Basically – people who create new companies, let's say I start a new business. It takes 5 to 20 years to really build a business up. And really 20 years before you're like, oh, this business is gold. I got a customer base. The money is coming in great. I'm getting a 20% profit. I'm chilling. It's set. But this guy been working on it for 20 years. This guy wants to sell his company bad because he's sick of this shit. He's almost killing himself to make this company go. Your job is to find these companies. You call around to different companies. You can look up their worth online and all that. And then you call around to them and say, hey, I want to talk to you. CEO, I'm thinking about buying this company. I got a group together and we want to buy this company. I want to set up a meeting with the owner of the company. You would think, oh, they're not going to do it. No, they will set up the meeting with the owner of the company if you sound serious and or look serious in a nice suit. When you come in, you don't have to have $1 in your pocket, right? You go talk to the guy and you basically are trying to feel him out to see if he's tired and ready to sell. And he'll give you a good price on it because he really wants to get out. So once you get a good price for him, you get something that's called an offer sheet. And that is a promise from him to sell the company to you. Now you're saying, okay, well, I don't know anything about accounting. I don't know anything about business. I don't know anything about law. I don't know anything about banks, right? I don't know any of that stuff, Carl. How am I going to pull that part off in the no money thing? Here you go. So now that you found the business, you got to build a team. You can build the team beforehand or afterhand. I would suggest doing both because it's going to take you a while to find a business to even buy. So you can kind of be talking your way through that because you're probably going to fail a lot of times learning how to do it. But once you get your plan going, you want to build a team. You want to find an accounting person who's very good in accounting, preferably people that have actually worked on mergers. Once again, get online and look up mergers. You can look up company mergers and look up the guys that have actually done $100 million, $50 million, $1 billion transactions. You're like, these guys won't talk to me. No, they will talk to you. Because just like the guy who wants to sell, the guys who will help you do this business are also old and tired. And they don't want to run around looking for businesses and going for this and doing the meetings, right? So when you contact them, they're actually like, yes, I'll take a meeting. And you say, hey, I'm building a company. I'm building a capital venture company. I need an accounting firm to rock me for free. Again, they were like, yo, we'll rock with you. Make us part of the company. Give us a certain amount of shares on the LLC, right? So bam, you got them. Then you go find your legal person. Same thing. You go to legal firms, big legal firms with big legal people that can handle that stuff, that's done it before. Tell them your idea. Tell them you're trying to buy. I'm talking millions of billions. Don't tell them $1 million company. Don't tell them 5 million. Don't tell them 25, 50, 100, 300 million. I'm talking. You gotta go hard, my dude. Right? Mind you haven't spent $1 yet. So you've now convinced the accounting guy. You convinced your legal guy. So now you got your paperwork covered. Now you got to find a person that's in the line of business. So let's say I want to be in healthcare. So you want to find like an ex-CEO of a healthcare company or something like that, or a guy that's actually done a healthcare merger before or a purchase. Or if you're into sports and entertainment, you want to find ex-athletes to roll with who know all that stuff, or ex-managers like sports managers. Basically, whatever industry you want to get in, you want to find somebody that's really, really big in it and really, really knows what they're doing. And you same thing. Hey, I got these 2 guys, already got my accountant and finance guys. I need you as the last guy. Now, you've got your team. You've got your advisor to tell you how the business runs and all the intricacies and the regulations you'll need to worry about. You have your accounting guy that will have all the money straight and also be able to look at the books of the places you want to buy so you know if you're buying a good thing or a bad thing. That's what your accounting guy is for. And then you have your legal guy. So when it's time to do all the paperwork, your legal guys make sure everything is straight and organized. These are your 3 tools, your 3-pronged attack for being a capital venturist. As mentioned earlier, you go out, you're going to have to make maybe 50, 100, 200 calls, whatever it may be. But eventually you're going to come across companies that are willing to meet and sell to you for a large amount of money. Now you've met those companies. Maybe you found one to sell. You got your team. Take your team and go make an LLC. Now, guess what these guys do because you're doing all the legwork. You haven't spent your money yet, except to go around and look good and talk to them. That's the money you spend. You spend money traveling and doing meetings and making phone calls. That's your money. That's your cost, right? So once you get all that together, they give you 51% of the profits. You know who did this? His name is Donald Trump. If you ever heard them say Donald Trump always used other people's money, he would get a whole bunch of guys together. Since he would do all the legwork, they would give him 50% of the profits and like let him put his name on the building. And they would all just take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5% because they didn't put anything in the other. So now you got your offer sheet from the company or companies that you have found that want to sell for. I'm talking go for 100 million, 50 million, $10 million companies. Don't come in there with no $100,000, $1 million shit. These niggas, the bankers will be like, we have a small business office down on the side. Come in with big numbers, right? You got your team. You got your LLC, you got your 51%. They have their shares that you offered them for their mentoring and support of what they do for you, right? Now, what you do is you start calling banks. And what you want to do is you want to call and build relationships. So if you got a place in Dubai, you got to call the banks in Dubai. You call 5, 10, 15, 20. You call all their major business loan areas, right? They're large. You call, hey, I want to have a meeting with your bank manager for the large business loan. And if it's and they say, how much is it? Oh, $50 million transaction. They're like, oh shit, let's schedule that for you, right? And he said these dudes will show up, be chilling. And he said, make sure you always dress tight as fuck because you always want to be outdressed them so they take you seriously. So you always want to look as fly as you can when you go, because a lot of them will be there in a t-shirt feeling bad, like, oh shit, I'm sorry, I didn't really dress for this like that, right? But they feel less than you, and it makes you a better, easier sale, right? So you go tell the bank, hey, I got this offer sheet from this company. It's for $50 million to purchase it. You haven't spent $1 yet, except to travel and call these different places and guys. You haven't paid them any money. All you did, you bought an LLC. And you filled out the paperwork. So you went to LegalZoom and spent $300. That's what you did so far. And you made a bunch of phone calls and had to get up and go to meetings. And maybe you needed one nice suit, two nice suits so you can go and look fly, right? So that's what you do. So now you say, hey, I got this offer sheet from the company that I've convinced to sell to me. And I also have a team. I got John fucking fuck from accounting. I got John Dick and fuck from my legal. And I got Robert Fuckenstein, who's from a former CEO in that particular field and has done it. The bank is going to be like, oh, word? You rolling with niggas like that? Yo, how much you need? You know what? We'll give you $37 million. And let us look at the numbers. Let us see the numbers. You have your account people getting the numbers. They come back and they will give you the $37 million to buy the motherfucker, bro. And then after that, you just go buy the company for free. Now, of course, the fourth ideal person is if you are lucky enough to find a money man. Now, this is somebody that you may not be able to get. That's why I only mentioned the 3 people, because they're the true significant ones. The money man really doesn't have to invest in the buildings and shit. But what he is, he's somebody also that you can show to the bank says this guy does have money to back up shit. Secondarily, your money man can sponsor your trips to different things. So you might want to give him more points on the LLC. Say, hey, if I give you 10% instead of the 5, like I'm giving everybody else, won't you pay for all my flights, all my hotel stays, my per diem, give me like a business card to use. And now you convinced him to pay for you to go around and do the hustle where you still get 50% of the profits from what you guys sell. Now, I'm going to tell you guys what kind of business to look for. You want to look for a business that only has a 10 to 20% margin. 10% margins is good, but that's dangerous if a COVID or a C-19 situation comes in. But you can still survive, but nothing less than 10%. The ideal is a 20% profit rate on anything you buy or put stock into. Because if something goes wrong, if it goes bad, you can still cover the loan that you got from the bank, pay them back, and you're still getting your residual money from the business that you already basically bought for free with their goddamn money. Now you have enough money to pay them back, and you're still making a profit, and now you have a self-generating scenario. So then what you do after that, start calling more businesses. And then now you got the team, and then you just do this over and over until you get about 15 to 100 different companies that you bought for 10, 5, 15, 30, $100 million, whatever. Then you mush them all together, right? And you call it the real nigga group. You call it dark side group. You know what I mean? Dark side group. You're like, God damn, these niggas is taking over the planet. And then you evaluate it, and you find out that the evaluation for it is worth $1.5 billion. Well, guess what the corporate guys said? They said anytime you buy something, you always sell it for double. So if somebody bought their shit for 30,000, anything more than double, they're happy. If somebody bought their shit for 50 billion, they want to sell it for at least 100. But maybe 80 they'll take. You get what I'm saying? If you got something that's worth 1.5 billion, you can sell it for 3. And it all started with you simply just making phone calls and having the goddamn balls to call these banks, call these CEOs, call these business guys. Your cost will be time, and it will be the stress of calling banks. But if you're a salesman and you got the gift of gab, or if you know anybody who could just sell water to a well, talk bitches out of their pussy with not a dime in his pocket, these kind of guys could do this shit basically for free. The only cost is you got to dress nice, but you don't got to have expensive clothes, and you'll probably have to go to meetings and dinners and shit like that. And they said a lot of times when you come with a fat deal, they take you to dinner and pay. A lot of times you don't even got to kick for a grub. These niggas like, yo, let's take you out to this. They take you out to a $200 plate dinner, and you just sit there like for free just because you're talking about a deal, just to fuck with you. Like that, and this is what these rich niggas is doing. All right, and if anybody's watching and ain't hit like, please hit like too for the algorithm if you like it. But that is how you do capital evangelism, and that is the short version of it. And I check out a guy named Prithvi, or whatever the fuck his name is, but I'll post it another time. I'll find his name. But this guy has a great layman's terms way of explaining it, and it's something that even if I don't get to do it myself, I want like my kids to be like able to get into it. So anyway, that's that. So what's your thoughts on that, Volo? Yeah, James. I'm telling you, man.
You're gonna need a black suit, a brown suit, a blue suit.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to do this Steve Harvey John.
I mean, but no, you actually pretty much do. You want something to look summery. You want at least a dark blue and a black suit.
You're gonna need 5. Gray suit. Yeah, you're gonna need 5 different colors. Then you need 2 white shirts. Yeah. You never see that little thing he said, and how you cut combo and to make 105 different suits out of 5.
Yeah. Well, yeah, that's basically what it is, though. Like even out here in California, you know how we got 6th Street back home, right? Where they got the Asians, they sell the cheaper clothes, right? I never looked down 6th Street and 5th Street, but I bet you, because they have one here too. Same thing, the fashion district. You go down there and they got them all. They got places with 3 suits for like $150. And I'm talking legit suits. You just go pick out 3 from a section. They scale them up for you, and then next door you can get them tailored for $10 a piece.
No.
And that's here. So for $200 you can get your 3 suits. I would say $250 because you got to pay for the tailoring. After that, you get 3 suits, everything. Some of them, if you pay $300, they actually give you like shoes and belts and a tie to go with. So like the full shit. If you pay like $300 for like 3 or 4 suits, and I'm sure it's deals like that. So it's not as hard as you think, expensive wise. But that would be your expenditure. Getting a couple of suits or looking cool, couple of white shirts, couple of ties to rotate through, and then your investment into calling people and the energy and the stress of that. That's right, a P. Diddy suit. Exactly. You need a P. Diddy sweet suit. That's right. That's right. Got to keep it smooth and fly. That's what I'm talking about. Excellent, excellent. Any other commentary on the capital ventures involved?
Yeah, you summed it up real good, man.
Yeah,
that's a lot of work.
Yeah. Oh, it's a lot of work. But I think it's either for a younger man or somebody who's always a natural salesman, like my homeboy P. He's been a natural salesman ever since we were kids. He could probably pick this up tomorrow if he had the right people to talk to, and would do it no problem, right? Because it's his mentality. Some people are salesmen. Like a lot of artists, creative people like myself, Jenks, other people, we about business, but we also like, yo, I'm trying to chill a little bit, guys. You know what I mean? Like it's artistic around this bitch, cut. Like that's us. You know what I mean? Well, come on, man. Why you fucking with the money, bro? And like, that's us. We like got this weird fairness, energy shit we be on and shit. We like a bunch of Erykah Badu's and shit, but without all the fucking kids. Actually, we do got a lot of kids between us, I guess. But that's not the point. The point is that's how it goddamn works. But some people are just salesman types, and young kids is who I really want to know. Like, how they want STEM in school? One of my little presidential plans was I also wanted to add business classes to elementary school starting in the 5th grade. So how they like you smarter than a 5th grader. So imagine once you get to that, because if you see that show, 5th graders are pretty smart. So imagine that 5th grade when you're at your peak absorption of brains, and then we drop business classes and the capital adventurism on them and all that kind of stuff. They're gonna suck it up like a video game. To them, it won't feel awkward. To them, it won't feel weird. You know what I mean? And they'll go out and do it, and nigga, they be paying for your retirement. So, I'm thinking of it like that. I figure, sad to say, we're already dead, guys. So now I'm just like, okay, how can we get some shit to the little nigglets so maybe they can keep me alive? Because these prices is getting high. Gasoline gonna be $400 a gallon when I'm 80. I'm not fucking with these niggas. That's the real news shit. Any other commentary? Roll up.
Well, I'm on the other end now. I'm at the human resource kind of level of trying to motivate the kids to do some damn work at these jobs.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I think it's complicated because they're underpaying people. Like he said, they here in China. In China is that the kids are paying for the parents, so then the parents actually pay for the kids to live in another place because it's so expensive there. So now they're sending them all to Thailand and Africa, and the parents take care of them there because they're like, it's too expensive to keep the family even at home. And they got the transition rate like us. So yeah, it's going down in China.
Well, I'm actually working with kids that's making potentially 45 a year, and they still like that ain't enough.
No, I mean, you got to think the average American salary is between $35,000 and $50,000 depending on the race. So if you're a person of color, it's high 30s into just at 40. If you're white, it's like in the 40s, and if you're like a Nigerian or Asian, it's the high 50s, right? And sometimes higher. So that's the average salaries. So that's about the average salary. But you got to remember, back when our parents bought their homes cost $30,000, $35,000. They were probably making, I would say, to be fair, anywhere between $9,000 and $25,000, right? So their cost of their home was pretty much equal to their salary, just a little bit more. So put that to the $45,000 those kids you want to work hard and care for today. Can they get a house for $60,000, Rolla?
No.
Okay. So do you understand now why they don't want to work?
Yeah.
Okay. The average price of a house is today in America?
Yeah. I hear that.
I mean, do you know what the average price of a house is?
Let's say $250,000.
$450,000 is the average price of a home in America. 10 times the salary you want them to get excited. Motherfucker can't buy nothing but some weed in a small apartment, my nigga. That's why they don't want to work hard. Really, The average American should be making about $75,000 to $80,000 if they rose equally with the pay as the richest does, but they stagnated wages back in the 70s, and we are making 1985 money, while rich people are making 2027 money. And allegedly, we should probably kill and eat them all and chew their bones and then redistribute the money. That's just what it is. So that's the plan.
What I do with my drink?
They froze him over there. Oh, yeah, they froze him over there. Yeah, he's back. There you go. He's back. Conspiracy. That's the government. They heard me talking that shit. The government started attacking the viewers and whatnot, attacking Jinx, plotting on the gods and whatnot. That's how it goes down in the hood. Well, you got any topics on your mind?
Well, I'm doing that on a lower level with the in interlocking the game. So today, how much did I buy them for? I think I paid $110 per turnip. And today
let's talk about that. Let's do the turnip report and then the video game stuff.
Yeah, so yesterday I bought them for $110. I wrote this in the wrong spot, but I fixed that. This morning it was $108, and then this afternoon it was $116. So it's looking like a $6 profit right now per turnip.
Nice. So are you starting to have like positive success overall?
Yeah, I did real good last week. I found them online. I think I did it for $500 last week online.
Mm-hmm.
And but I told you the guy he seen me come on his island. I went to go, and just before I even got to go sell them, he kicked me off the island. Like he cut me off the island. I think he was a fascist. So
he cut you off that so they can kick you off the island because they don't want you around there fucking with the money.
Yeah.
He said, this dude over here bringing down the prices. He hitting us. He comes from a cheap island.
Yeah, like what I'll do is I'll first go on there and then I'll just leave a stack like 100,000 in bells, and then I'll come back with my other half of turnips to sell, and then I'll leave 30 ounces of gold, which is worth a lot more. Like I got my island's worth a lot of money. We got a lot of gold on it, so I'll come back and I'll just leave them like. And usually the people be like, the first time I'll leave 100,000. They be like, all right, thanks. And then when I leave the gold, they be like, wow, they really appreciate it. But before I had a chance to leave him the gold, I guess he saw me. He was like, this guy only left me 1,000 or whatever. And then I'm going to bed and cut me off the game.
Yeah. Because
like it ain't
gold,
worth it.
Gold probably retains its value in the game, I assume.
Huh?
I assume the gold probably only retains its value or only goes up.
It retains its value. I'm wondering how much it is. I can check, but
that's how gold works in real life. Like gold basically retains its value or goes up, but it never goes down. Gold, platinum, stuff like that. Those precious metals, they never go down. They only go. So if anybody's ever worried about the end of the world, make sure you get all the gold you can get, because you will need it to pay your neighbors off from killing and eating you. Damn. This is actually an old ass thing. Though I must have put this up Halloween last year, and here we go. Halloween. When did you realize it was time to stop trick or treating? Did we talk about that already?
Value trick or treating.
Oh yeah, I must have told a story about it in another show. I don't know. I'm trying to stop getting medicated on screen because I think they say YouTube and them don't like it.
Okay.
Yeah, they said no clear alcohol drinking and no clear smoking of any sort on screen. You can do it; it's illegal, but they say that like I guess the algorithm, the shit is so good. They said the algorithm can recognize you smoke.
Yeah. That dang on algorithm.
They say like kids and other stuff, so they put you in like the not for kids and category shit,
and slow down your fees, slow down your promotion.
Exactamundo.
So yeah, that's all with that there, but I do. Is this my third week? 1, 2, 3. Yeah, this is my third week of doing it. And so the next phase is to really look at it and start putting it on the spreadsheet and showing him how, to put it on a spreadsheet and mathematically and then be able to look at different things like the pie charts, the graphs, the bar graphs and all that good stuff. Do it over time, over days.
Microsoft Office platforms or whatever the heck.
Yeah. Well, I'm doing all the Apple stuff, so I'm doing it on numbers as opposed to
it's a word bottle, sir. See, that's that Philly logic right there. What do you mean, officer, sir? This is apple juice.
Exactly.
This is apple juice, sir.
Jinx know what's going on.
He know what it is. Outstanding, hilarious. Any other topics? Let's see.
Just real quick. Are you okay from yesterday, man? We can win them all, but just not this year, So,
well, you know what it is? If you have a long history playing a video game called John Madden, the one thing you will know lose to will not be a good team. It's going to be some shitty niggas that know they facing the champs and potential championship. So everybody there on the other side of that ball is playing their version of Super Bowl level play. You, on the other hand, are playing your regular season. We're just moving. You're moving along. You got your confidence up. You got all these young dudes on your team. They're fucking bitches. They're getting sexy, red, pregnant and shit. You know what I'm saying? Blinging on hoes. Yeah, you start feeling yourself. You're undefeatable. You get a couple of lucky wins. You think it's easy to keep 50 fucking men on target every week? Forever when they're getting beat up, hurt, they got problems. They got that CP, whatever the fuck shit where their heads fucked up.
CTE.
Yeah, CTE. You're going to lose games like that because they're not ready. And then similar to what happened to Deion and them in Colorado, you get so feeling yourself, and then when shit starts going wrong, you're like, what the fuck is going on? Now, I do want to shout out my nigga Brees Hall because he is on my fantasy team. Yo, the crowd love it. They're like, Brees. I was like, yo, you taking it to you niggas. But that's how it's called. Because, I think even when we started the game, I don't really remember them even giving Swift the ball to, damn near the second half to run. Shit like that. I keep talking about this with the Eagles. We a little too running quarterback pass happy. It's just going to get Jalen hurt. And even though Jalen is fast, he not like Mike Vick Deion fast. He not like what's the nigga right now? Lamar whatever. Baltimore. He's not like him fast. He's like Donovan McNabb fast. You get what I'm saying? He's Steve Young fast. He's like, you know what I mean? He's crafty. It's almost like he a white. I think that's the white part of Jalen because he's so light skinned.
885, huh?
Yeah. He got shifty moves. Yeah, you know what I mean? Yeah. Oh, the arm is fantastic. But I did notice when I was watching the highlights, if you watch the highlights from the game, Jalen was missing reads left and right. It was literally niggas standing wide open, and he's sitting there looking downfield, jumping around the park. The guy standing there just wide open, like, yo, just throw this shit to me. And then he would throw after he was getting, he'd be like Allen Iverson. You know how Allen Iverson is? I ain't passing yet. Oh shit, I'm in trouble. Here's a shitty pass. And I saw Jalen do that shit once. He was wide open, got in trouble, and then when he's falling to the ground, he goes to whip it to the dude finally, and then damn it was like a fumble or some crazy shit. That was not, you know what I mean? That's him. He's not doing his homework. And he's a young guy. So I think he doesn't have somebody like a Peyton Manning ahead of him. I mean, who the fuck was his mentor? Nick Foles? I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Who's there to mentor him? The white guy that left that was a shitty kid from Oklahoma? You know? So he doesn't have anybody old to teach him what preparation is. What do you do before the game? What do you learn? I remember Mike Vick said he was studying with Peyton Manning before he did that Eagles season, and he threw the most yards he ever threw in touchdowns, right? Set a personal record. So it's the same thing with Jalen. He needs to find an old head that he's actually respects and is willing to listen to. Because the problem with guys like him, you know who they want to talk to? They want to go talk to Mike Vick, dumbass. You know, they want to go talk to RG3, dumbass. You know, they want to see what Lamar thinks. They want to know what Russell Wilson thinks. So, Another example, he got Russell Wilson speed. You know what I mean? Yeah, nigga can run, but he can't run. You know what I mean? The kind of run we want him to do, yeah, but the arm is fire. And the game is fire. But I think we overuse the fact that he's mobile. We overuse the fact that he got that shady skill. We got that Swift dude back there. I ain't seen that nigga get tackled in the backfield yet in 6 goddamn games. Have you? Oh, well, so I was so probably for the feedback. But yeah, the boy nice. Get that boy the ball. Let him and Gainwell and what's my man in little rock dude, Scott and whatnot. Let them do their thing. Pound the rock out, tire out the front line, and then go with the play action and the design Jalen Hurts runs and all that kind of stuff. And get him to know his check downs. Like they really got to get him to, you're supposed to go, okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, nothing. Bam. If all those other guys are covered, the math says certain people, and this is the difference between Peyton Manning and a lot of running quarterbacks. Peyton Manning can look at it and say, covered. Okay, he don't even see the motherfucker over there. But based on these 3, 4 dudes being covered, this guy's got to be open. Bam, he is. You know what I mean? And that's how you quarterback. You go through your 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 checkdowns, and then you may have an emergency dunk. And if everything is fucked up, then something is open. That's the beauty of sports. And I think once Jalen Hurts learns that, he'll be great. And I guarantee you, whoever we're playing next, they're getting their ass whooped. That's my thoughts on that. Hello?
Yeah, I'm gonna look up in a second who we playing next because I do want to.
No matter whoever it is, they're getting banged. I think San Francisco lost to the Cleveland Browns this week. Did you think San Francisco Cleveland Browns?
Nah.
Is there no? So
Buffalo was down to the fourth.
Huh?
And Buffalo was down into the fourth quarter.
Yeah, exactly. So when you come out blazing like that, it is hard. Why do you think it is so hard to have an undefeated season in the NFL? The Patriots, the greatest team basically in our lifetime, right? Couldn't do it. They were the most unbeatable. They still fucking lost. So that's how it works. You know what I mean? If you win 13 or 14 games, you're going 14-2.
Well, two teams went undefeated. It's not like
somebody's going to get hurt. Yeah, like ever in history.
Yeah, no.
And I think did either of them? Did one win the Super Bowl and the other one didn't?
Yeah, like Miami won the Super Bowl. Right? The Dolphins won. Yeah, 71 or 2.
Yeah,
Dolphins.
So Miami, the no names won the Super Bowl. But you remember, listen to that. They were the no name defense. That means you know what their defense was? Cheap and lucky. They just lucked up, and they probably had a great coach that played to the strengths of his players.
Was that Shula? It had to be Shula. It was Shula
when he's a young boy and shit.
Yeah.
He had that Pat Riley looking shit.
So and Big Zunk in the running back.
Oh, go ahead.
And they had Big Zunk on as a running back, fullback.
Exactly.
That's when fullbacks.
Go ahead.
That's when fullbacks, ran over everybody.
Yeah, the good old days. I mean, they still do it now. San Fran's got loose check, and they try to use them. But I think similar to the NBA, power football is going to come back. Once this Kansas City era and Andy Reid is out, and everybody's done with all that West Coast spread shit, power football is going to come back, and everybody's going to start running people 20 times a game again. That whole 5, 10, 12 carries, 14 carries for your running back shit. Because if you notice, last year, I think there was only a few people, like the Tennessee Bull and a couple other people to get 20. Now, it's like 10 or 15 teams that got a back they get the ball to 20 times a game. So that already tells you it's a shift, because in sports, you beat the champ by doing the opposite of what they do. You don't beat what is their name? The Golden Niggas. You don't beat them shooting threes. You beat them with a tall, physical, slow, powerful team that's mobile enough to keep up with. That's why the Lakers built this team they built. You know what I mean? That's how you beat them and whatnot. But you don't beat them with their own shit. You don't beat anybody at their own game. That's not how you beat a dope team. And so it's going to shift. And the same thing with basketball. Basketball is getting more physical now, We get more centers. Everybody's getting taller. Team loyalty means something because remember they made that rule. They got the new rule where you got to play 65 games now if you want to be like an all-star and get bonuses. So now players actually have to want to play all the games. You know what I'm saying? So it'll shift over time back. And football will come back to defense and power football because to stop a really good team like Kansas City that can shoot you up for 8 million yards a second, you need a really good defense. And then you just need an offense that game manages enough to keep you close so you can win at the end. Kind of how the Giants beat the New England Patriots.
Mm-hmm.
There you go. That's that. Excellent. All right. So usually I also got a portion show where I go through some news stories. Let's see if we got any weird news stories.
The noodle news.
Yeah, I'm gonna look through see if we got some news stories to go. Matter of fact, while I pull this up, I'm going to take a quick 5-minute break. I'm gonna play, I guess, my video for my little song while I look up this stuff online. We do politics over punani. We do education over ecstasy. We do literacy over linguistic ability. N-A-T-U-R-A-L, wanna get it as green and no plastic everywhere. A natural girl, a natural girl, a natural girl, a natural girl. N-A-T-U-R-A-L, wanna get it as green and no plastic everywhere. A natural girl, a natural girl, a natural girl, a natural girl. Hey.
From the skinny to the biggie, ain't no plastic in the body. Keep that trash away from kitty. Like my ladies green the way the nature made them. Curly hair the nation, chocolate presentation. We like the ladies litty flavored Baskin Robbins skinny waistin'. Don't get it wrong, we even take them yellow, brown, Caucasian. The patron Dr. Uma, ain't no bunny hopping. Too far. The natural queens coming all sizes, dropping stars.
N-A-T-U-R-A-L, wanna get it as green and no plastic everywhere. A natural girl, a natural girl, a natural girl, a natural girl. All right, out of there. I just need that for a quick second. I noticed that when I brought up the other page, it started slowing shit down. Let me get this up here. Share screen. And once I brought it to CNN page, you're like, too many videos playing, Carl. I'm like, okay. I got you, technology. I got you. All right, good. And we'll get the site over here with us. And all right, there we are. A little music in the background here. And all right, so we're gonna check out some stories. I'm gonna pick out stories I think are noodleish and silly. I'm gonna read through them a little bit, clown them, and then we're gonna give Bolo's opinion, which will most likely not be an opinion. We'll see how it goes. Oh, so right off the top, we got Bolo's favorite person in the world, Joe Biden, who he's surely voting for. This upcoming here. It says Biden is to visit Israel in a high-stakes trip. So basically, he wants to continue more wars. Let's see. Let's see here. Blah, 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 blah. Russia resolution. Blah, 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 blah. Okay, I don't see nothing there. Let me click on this right here. Let me click up here. There we go. Let's just say. I don't see any actual words. Let's just say the war rages. Blah, blah, blah. I don't see anything in reference to Joe. All right, fuck that story. That story sucks. We don't need to care about it anyway. Let's see what else we got. Jim Jordan's going to be the speaker. Don't know who the hell he is, but he's some new white guy that's probably racist. I don't see too many good stories. Though.
I was going to say on the Israel thing that I heard they recanted on the kids getting killed or something like that.
What happened?
Well, you know they was making a big deal about women and children getting murdered, and then I seen somebody say that was actually false information or whatever. Not with the bomb.
I mean, well, what it is basically it was they carpet bombed them, so of course a bunch of people are dead and whatnot. But you know that's the game on both sides with this shit. You know what I'm saying? It's the Native Americans versus the Cowboys. I already explained it and whatnot. The guys who lived there originally, they had a bunch of money and weapons, and now the guys with the money and weapons have gone from being the minority to dominating the area, and now they got them in one small area, just like you keep natives on the reservation, and then and now they just keep saying fuck y'all for 100 straight years. And then we go down there and we help and give money, and my tax dollars pay for it while I'm 33 trillion in debt. Oh yeah, Hamas is dropping those hostage videos. So Hamas releases video. 21-year-old French-Israeli woman claims being held hostage. They released a video Monday night of a young, Bo, let me hit you again because it's doing that thing. There we go. In the video, Mia Shim, 21, says she suffered from an arm injury and was brought to Gaza. A representative for Shem's family told CNN that they have approved the publication and broadcasting of the video. The first video Hamas has released of any hostages held in Gaza. Israeli authorities have said they believe 199 people are being held in Gaza, while a representative of Hamas said today, Monday, that at least between 200 and 250 have been captured and are being held across the strip. So that's accurate. 199, 200. See, here's a perfect example of why they're at war. The Israeli guys said, yeah, they got about 199 people. The Hamas guys is like, no, he is so wrong. We have 200 to about 250. Nigga. What the fuck is the difference between 199 and 250 when you're talking about people? This is why they're blowing each other up. It's not any actual purpose. It is little bullshit like that is why war rages on for the profits of rich men, why regular people suffer. Anyway, Israeli Defense Forces said in a statement they had informed Shem's family about her kidnapping last week and were keeping in touch with them at this time. They said further that they are using all intelligence and operational means to return the abductee, and that Hamas is trying to present itself as a humanitarian organization while acting as a hideous terrorist organization responsible for the killing and kidnapping of infants, women, children, and the elderly. Woo! They're hype. A representative of Al-Qasim Brigades, Hamas's military branch, earlier said the group was committed to protecting the hostages and that it would release the hostages with foreign citizenship when the opportunity arises on the ground. Shem's mother, Karen Shem, her mother's a Karen, but it's Karen, but she's a Karen. That's a J-bro Karen right there. She said she had hoped her daughter was alive before seeing the video. I have to do her voice. Oh, my princess, my baby is alive, she said to Israeli Channel 12. I did not know anything. I had hoped she was alive. I could see that she went through something like surgery, and she was in such pain and scared. But thank God, she is stable, Karen Shen said, referring to her daughter's arm injury. And I got wrong voice. Karen Shem said when referring to her daughter's arm injury and treatment shown in the Hamas released video. Wow, what a sight of release. I think I did really good with that impression. Karen Shem said she believed that her daughter was abducted on October 7th after word of Hamas attacks began to spread, remarking that her family had been doing everything alone to work for her return of her daughter, including opening up a communication center. Nice. Damn. All right, so that's that one story. I'm going to skip over this because we got all the Israeli stuff going. Let's see what other kind of stories we got. House Street Public Noodle stuff. Let's see what it says. This might be funny to read. Let's see what you got here. So, takeaways from the testy hearing over Trump's gag order and what it means. Ooh, there's a video. Let's play the video, and then I'm going to read through the story. Let's see what the video says. I fuck with CNN. These my niggas. Ooh, 1 second. My internet looking overwhelmed. Yeah. My fault. Yeah, my fault. Doing a Wi-Fi enhancement protocol. All right, there it goes. It looks good. I saw the Wi-Fi getting a little janky on your boy. So make sure I had to turn something off. Oh, let me make sure I give CNN their credit because they're a bunch of haters. They're like, you're not a real ninja. So, you know, we'll flag you for fair use. I'm like, I see that. I'm going to be a real one Monday, CNN. Be a real one Monday. You save this, get CNN's fair use up here. Let's make this bad boy big. Let's see what we got. Ooh. No, I think we can leave the music on or whatnot. There we go. Oh, what we got here? Some chick that just turned 104 just jumped out of plane to set a record of being the oldest sky jumper. Now, see, I don't want to be racial, but I suspect this was not an African-American woman. Matter of fact, we're going to look it up and see if I'm right. Let's see. 104 woman skydive. Let's see. Yes, she is as white as the driven snow, and bitch got a walker. So see, you know, this is why that guy from the Fast and Furious said, "Oh, he died doing what he loved." You are 104 years old. You could probably have a heart attack and die on the way down from just the shock and excitement of the fall. She's trying to kill herself. That's what it is. She like, I started doing heroin, fucking bitches with no condom. She's a woman. I don't know how she's gonna do that. She gonna start doing all kind of shit, licking poles, hanging around niggas that sell drugs and shit. She like, yeah, I'm gonna start selling drugs next week. I'm trying to get popped, nigga. Like, this old lady is bugging. She trying to go. She like, man, I'm sick of living. I'm old, I'm white, I'm decrepit and shit. I ain't getting no dick. No way. I ain't trying to fuck a 104-year-old pussy. What is you doing? That shit. With your wrinkle pussy, we can't be your lover. TikTok, you don't stop. Ta-da, TikTok, you don't quit. Hit it. Let's check out this video and see what we got.
Hey, Dad, look, I found Mom's old high school yearbook photo on Ancestry. Wow, look at her hair.
Yeah,
this is a commercial. CNN is really catering to the Latinos.
That's how you announce
this is a commercial.
Public. You know, you weren't invited, but you knew that. You knew that they were getting married.
I can't skip the commercial. Oh no, I can't skip the commercial. Oh, CNN bougie. All right, here it go. Here it go.
The judge overseeing Donald Trump's federal election subversion trial has just issued new restrictions on Trump's ability to speak about the case. Our chief legal affairs correspondent, Paula Reed, is on the story for us tonight. Paula, walk us through the judge's order and how it impacts the former president.
Well, these are the first significant restrictions on Trump's speech, and these come ahead of his expected federal trial here in Washington, D.C., related to his alleged role in January 6th and efforts to undermine the 2020 election. As a criminal defendant, he already had certain restrictions on what he could and could not say. For example, you can't threaten or harass witnesses. But in recent weeks, the government asked for a longer list of restrictions, an expansive gag order after Trump made attacks against prosecutors, against witnesses, and the court itself. Now, I was in court today for over 2 hours as Judge Tanya Chutkan heard arguments from those prosecutors and from Trump's own attorneys about the possibility of a gag order here. Now, Trump's attorneys emphasized the fact that he is once again running to be president and that any restriction on his, quote, political speech would be censorship. But Judge Chutkan, she dismissed that argument. She made it clear. She said, look, his First Amendment right yields to the orderly administration of justice. She says, I have a courtroom to run. I have to oversee a trial. And at the end of today's hearing, she took to the bench and announced that she would be imposing a limited number of additional restrictions. He is now barred from making certain comments or targeting court personnel, potential witnesses, the special counsel, or his staff. Now, the government, though, didn't get everything that they want, and there are no restrictions on the former president attacking President Biden or the Justice Department or even the District of Columbia itself, something that prosecutors had argued could potentially taint the jury pool.
Paula, what would the consequences for Trump be if he were to violate any part of this order?
That's a great question, Wolf, and it's not really clear from what the judge has given us. Now, she has listed some possible repercussions, for example, financial penalties, home detention, or revoking his release, which suggests the possibility of detention. But the logistics of doing that to someone who is running for the White House, a former president, Wolf, it's just really unclear how she's going to enforce this.
When you shop Wayfair, you get big deals for your home every day.
So that was an interesting story. So they throwing more stuff at Trump to see what's going on and whatnot. What was my man talking about? He said Philly just denied the homie about his alligator being a support animal. This alligator, dude tried to bring the gator into the stadium. Oh my God, where they do that at? Florida. They do that in Florida. That's where they do it. You know what? We got peoples in Florida, especially a lot of my Puerto Rican homies. They got peoples in Florida. He probably got homies. He probably is part Puerto Rican. Do some shit like that. God damn it. See, that's some noodle shit right there. Now that's some noodle shit. Don't please a support animal, my nigga. Out of control. Out of control. I'll be watching this dude on these Instagram videos playing with alligators. I'm like, keep fucking around. Keep fucking around. You know what I'm saying? All right. Yeah, exactly. You expect it in Florida, but yeah, it was in Philly. Like I said, you know, Florida, people leaving Florida. Like if you seen them podcasts I was showing earlier, like 80% of the people in that room was from Florida. Like the two girls, the one, a white boy and shit. And I said, is he from Florida or somewhere? No, he might be from down North Carolina. And there's another white boy that's usually there. He's also from Florida. And that guy's movies shit I showed you, Keith Sutler, he's from Florida. So Florida is a slave plantation, if you don't know. All right, I gave an editorial on Florida. For those who don't know, Florida is one of the places where they still have tons of slave plantations. And if you've actually met people from Florida, the black people are still slaves and the white people are still overseers, right? So anybody that leaves Florida is just a slave or an overseer that has escaped the plantation. But no worries, America. As Carl Anthony for president, I promise in my first 100 days in office to build a wall around Florida and for some reason, Memphis, Tennessee, and St. Louis, and also East St. Louis over in the next state. So I got you guys. Don't you worry about it. Well, yeah, new laws passed. There it is. You can't dress as a clown. Yo, because cats be using it to clap at people. They dress up as like clown masks and shit to shoot at cats. That's just scary. Plus, people got clown phobias. So, you know, that's how it goes. So, Bola, you got any opinion on this Trump thing?
You know, the DOJ is out of control. But you know, how they gonna stop him from saying what he want to say? Like, you know, I really don't know.
Make a gag order.
Yeah,
because you know what it is. They're just preemptively doing it. So, for example, the judge who happens to be a sister. So you know, it's like, look here, white boy, you better shut up if I put a gag order on your ass, right? And he's like, and you know what he said? Look here, you black B word. I ain't putting no. She's like, okay, I got you. And then now we got this, right? Now we didn't get to hear that actual conversation in public, but I guarantee in private that Trump called her a black B word. He says that at least 4 times a day, even about his own wife, and she's white. She's like, why you keep calling me that? I'm white. He's like, it just rolls off the tongue.
He might be a bird. You know, he might say bird instead of, you know.
No, he probably call her a nasty woman.
Yeah.
She's a nasty African American. Like, oh shit, that's just close enough, Trump. That was close enough. What you doing?
Yeah,
that's close enough. So that's that situation and whatnot. But they basically said, because you know Trump, if he saw that this was a judge and it was a woman and she's giving her a hard time, what do you think he'd eventually done in the news?
As far as,
think about it, Donald Trump has got a court case. He thinks the judge doesn't like him. What do you think Trump would eventually do if he didn't have this gag order?
He said something, but much more or whatever.
he would start insulting the judge. That's why, if you notice, one of the rules was he can't say anything about the courtroom employees.
Oh, okay.
That fucking judge is, that judge is a commie, that kind of shit, right?
Yeah.
And he will do that. And so they're preempting his social media verbal attacks. Yet, they basically left him open to sabotage himself. As you notice, they said that you can talk about the DOJ. You can talk about all the government presidential stuff like normal. You can even talk about Washington, D.C., but it might fuck your shit up, right? So that's how they did it. And they just want to stop that. So you see why they did it now, Connor? Like, they're trying to get ahead of them.
Yeah.
That's all. They ain't done nothing really normal to do. He ain't said anything really crazy. It's just normal crazy, Trump. But they know once he starts to get mad about these court cases, he won't start wilding the fuck out and calling out judges' names and shit like that,
You can't handle the truth.
Yeah, exactly. What's this right here? One more weird news. Currently, there's hundreds of pounds of pasta that was dumped into the Jersey woods. We are looking that story up right now. God damn it. Let's find that story right now. Wait. Pasta Jersey dumped. Oh, there it is. CNN, my niggas. And there is a video. Good. Let's get this up here. Let's check this one out. This should be funny. Yeah, there it is, right there at the top. Let me get this down. I'll leave my CNN fair use up there. So let's check it out. So it says what to do. Well, I'm gonna hit Bolo with the mute again for sound. What to do when hundreds of pounds of pasta are dumped in a New Jersey town? Take photos and make jokes, right? Look at that shit. Let's see what the video does here. They're probably gonna have a commercial.
It took about 15 wheelbarrow trips to dump all this pasta. The questions and puns began almost as soon as these photos of the pasta discarded by a stream were posted online and shared. Who done it and why? It was Nina Jochnowitz who posted.
The township has no bulk garbage pickup. And because we don't have pickup, we have dumps. The funny dump this time was pasta, which of course you all picked up.
Well, several people on the street, including Nina, say they know who did it, but they all circled the wagons around that neighbor. A sensitive situation, they say, a person they care deeply about and want to protect. We honored their wishes on that, but it brought home the one issue that Nina is adamant about: bulk garbage.
It's a financial constraint. When you throw out a couch, it's $300. To call up Sodexo or Waste Management, it's a few $100s for every single thing you want to throw out.
And some people have taken to secret and illegal dumping as their go-to answer. We found this hideaway a few hundred feet away from a waterway. TVs, grills, bedroom furniture, construction material.
Apparently, it's easier for people to go dump stuff in the woods than get rid of it properly.
Christopher Eskison has for years taken his kayak out along waterways, snatching out of the estuaries what illegal dumpers discard.
I wound up getting 4 dumpsters, filled all the dumpsters to the brim of tires and furniture and other garbage that just washes up and floats up. It's very frustrating.
And about the pasta.
Department of Public Works did a great job cleaning it up, as always.
Jochnowitz, who once ran for city council, says it would cost less than $100 a year to add bulk service to regular garbage pickup, but she says the township voted it down. With the pasta fiasco over, Nina is hoping attention will stay on sites like this.
Excellent. So there we go, the pasta dump. Well, you know what? We're going to do some existential thinking on this, Bolo. So first, your reaction, Bolo. We lose Bolo? All right, I think we might have lost Bolo, or he's doing something. So we'll do my reaction and existential thoughts. So my reaction is, number one, makes sense once they explain the dumping thing. Of course, this is politics. Some asshole, just because he's not friends with somebody, doesn't want to approve it. Because you know why? Somebody wants a money kickback, and they won't give it to him. So he's like, fuck it, I won't add it. All right? That's why she was a city council runner. Now, did you hear what they said about the story? They said that the person that they know, it's a very personal thing, and they're very touchy right now. You know what that means? Because think about it. Somebody probably had a restaurant where they had a shit ton of pasta, and due to probably C-19 and a lot of other laws and masks and all that stuff, their business is probably going down so bad that they probably lost a business that was 20 or 30 years old making pasta and selling it to the people. And it was all cooked already, and he had nothing to do, and couldn't even give it all away. So he took it out, or she took it out and threw it by the river. And this is the degradation of America. But the immigrants in New York and Chicago have money. We got money to send to Ukraine. We got more money to send to Israel so they can stomp on the Palestinians. But I think he might have fed no, you made a good point there. He should have fed the homies, but I suspect, Jinx, he's in a small town in New Jersey. And he probably asked everybody he knew. They probably already were getting pasta, probably already was sick of it. He probably even had free parties, but he probably had so much, as you can see, that it was like, shit, I got to close the doors. And I just cooked my pasta for the weekend. You know what I mean? Because I used to work in an Italian restaurant. We used to pre-cook our pasta and then put it in the fridge and then recook it. Yeah, he could have posted on the net, but he's old. He doesn't think of social media. Nobody's going to drive out to the middle of Jersey an hour and a half to get some pasta. And he probably gave it to everybody he knew already, and everybody else probably didn't want it, So he's just like, fuck, let's throw this shit away. Because you don't want to pay more, especially you got to think, he probably just lost his business. He probably ain't trying to pay nothing to do it. You know what I mean? He's like, no, that's the cheapest way. Fuck that. They can crush my business. So that's probably why they defend him more. But yeah, free pasta day. That will work. But he probably tried. But he probably don't know too many of the homies either. It's probably just his friend Billy Bob and his mother. That's probably all the friends he has. Poor guy. It is Jersey, for Christ's sake. It's not there but trash anyway. It's a giant trash dump state. Right? There it is. Right? Fed the fish. There it is. Fish like pasta. Fish love pasta. Bolo, you there? We still lost you.
Yeah, I'm still here.
Oh, okay. What was your opinion on the pasta story?
I done switched thoughts.
Good, very deep. Is it a noodle-ish thought because it was literally pasta on on some noodle shit?
This is doing something else. Completely left field.
Oh, okay, all right.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm over here writing right now. I'm writing down some stuff.
All right, man. Now stop watching naked yoga during the show. I know what you're watching. You're over there basking in the glory of naked yoga. I know what's going on. That's all right. But yeah. We gotta do that. But get America. What else we got? So what time is it? 10:22. So we got a planned 8 minutes left in the show, Volo. What did you want to finish it? Just finish up?
Yeah, we can just finish up. We didn't talk. Who really wants to talk about the noodle of the week anyway?
I know. So just quick commentary on Jada Pinkett Smith.
Well, it is what it is. I watched. Like I said, I watched. What's the name? Saturday was House Party. So that took me back to the '90s of Will Smith and him. I think he might have been like flirting with what's the name from what's the name of that group? Salt and Pepper. He used to mess with Pepper, right?
He liked Pep.
Yeah, he liked Pep at first, but she left him for Tretch, and then that's when he married his first wife or whatever. And then I don't know when Jada might have showed up on his show or something like that, and then that's how they first met or whatever.
Yeah.
So it's teenage love, So
it wasn't because his teenage love was, of course, his wife that he married, had the first kid with, right?
Yeah.
And so he was with her while he's doing everything, but I guess while he was doing the show, he met Jada, and he was like obsessed, basically. And I guess when he was breaking up with his wife, that was the first chick he called.
Okay.
Now it was all right. You date me now, and then they've been together ever since. And I'm sure it was because he probably took a shot at Pepper. That failed. He's like, okay, I'm not even asking a bitch no more. I'm just telling the bitch she my girl now. And he did that, and Jada crazy. It is crazy. Yep. And see, your Jenks know too. He said, yeah, he should have known better back then. But, you know, I always tell people there's always one girl in every man's life, one woman that he acts completely outside of themselves. The sex is bomb. It's just everything about it's good except for when she talks or does anything. Like the bitch just would stop talking and breathing and shit. We could be fucking happy in this house. But then I guess she wouldn't be alive anymore. But I'm telling you, way better like that. Allegedly. I'm not promoting any violence or SA. I'm just saying some bitches need to shut up. That's all. That's what Mr. BAS would say because he loves that bitches ain't shit. He's dated a lot of them. He knows. Mr. BAS is a professional ain't shit bitcher. He knows what the deal is. Final words, Willow.
You know, check out my social media. You know, I was going over my stats, but you know, it is what it is. It messes me up on here seeing some of these YouTube ones that they keep pushing on me.
Like what?
Like I think his name is Fedman.
I don't know what that nigga is.
Yeah, but they'll push it on me. He got like 3 million or 5 million subs, and it's like I don't be asking for, but he do be on the subject of our robots on like artificial intelligence and stuff. So I guess that's why they keep pushing it on me. That and Greg Lowry, but I do follow him, you know. But
yeah, well, you know, that's how the algorithm works. They basically send you the stuff that you agree with, and then the stuff you disagree with. So if you watch something you agree with a lot, you'll start noticing in your stream it's going to be people that are against what you're in down in the stream. A lot of smaller YouTubers too, like 10, 12 followers and shit. Talking about fuck these niggas and hating on AI. AI the shit, nigga. I'm a suck AI. I'm a eat AI's ass. That's what I'm gonna do. Them Sukiyana bitches. I'm gonna be eating AI's man ass. That's what I'm gonna do. Oh my god. So I did hear this one crazy story. It's a crazy story about women are now getting bacteria in their stomach. And the doctor said in the story, I'm gonna look this up. Matter of fact, we gotta extend the show for this. You want to extend the show for this, fellow?
You go right ahead.
So the doctor said in the story, just to give an overview, she said the doctor said she only used to see homosexual men coming in with this because of the ass eating. Well, women are eating so much ass nowadays because of Sukiyana, the bacteria from the poop is getting in their stomach and making them sick. Let me see.
We extended it for this.
Yeah, yeah. But look, if you're gonna eat an AI ass, you need to know how dangerous this is. Let me see here. Where's the one? Let me see. Where's the news story though? Let me see if I want a specific news story. Oh, here we go. Fine. Out there. 1 second. Oh, maybe because I put for ass.
But they blocked you.
No, that's what I put in the search thing. I'm like, oh, yeah, maybe that's why I'm not getting a decent answer. Somebody found a question. I can't find. I wanted to find the story. Let me see. Okay, I think this is it right here. A Giardia infection. Let me see if I can find a story about it though. Called giardiasis. All right. No, I gotta look this stuff up. If I can find the regular story, this is gonna be so fucking funny, bro. Oh my fucking god. Let's see here. You know what? I'll go to YouTube. I'm gonna go to YouTube on these bitch niggas. Let's see. Beaver. They call it beaver fever. Shut up.
Beaver fever.
Yeah. What is it called? All right, stomach infection. Stomach infection. Like it says, like 3 women came with it. Let me see. One second. All right, we might have to give up in a second. If I can't find a second, I'm gonna just give up and find a way to get the fuck out of here. Oh man, I want to find this story so bad. All right, there. Bang. And that's all right. All right, that's it. I'm gonna give up. Oh my god, it's just so funny, bro.
And Suki really involved, or you just?
No. It's just it's somebody's. Now you know what? Sexy Red is pregnant, and it's
Yeah. I seen that with Kenyatta.
Yeah, so I don't know what the fuck that's about. All right. Anyway, the story was that there's 3 women, one like in Atlanta, one like in Philly, one somewhere, and they all got the stomach virus. And the lady basically said that usually she sees homosexual men with it, and it basically is from this new era of ass eating that women are into, and they're being so careless with the ass eating that they know that you're getting particles down there, and women are getting stomach infections from it. But there you go. There you go. The rimming. There it is. Salad tossing and rimming. There you go. I'm about to go rimming tonight. I'm finna eat an AI ass. Like, ugh. God. Like, you kiss her mouth? Ugh. How does she have children? Well, I know how she has children. What am I asking that dumb question for? All right, final words, Bo.
Yeah, we do not condone that kind of behavior.
No rimming, no salad tossing. Unless you got jelly.
Why you had to go back there again? You will not see that on my site at Volo Talk Television on YouTube. Subscribe. I'm gonna start throwing stuff. I'm done with Facebook. I keep trying to, boost up Facebook. It's a waste of my time. I'm focusing strictly on YouTube from here on out.
So,
and
I'm glad that you finally taken my advice from 6 months ago. Like I told you, I've been on Facebook for 10 years. Like I told you was new to it. Like whatever you're trying to do on there ain't gonna happen, man. Finally, make the damn videos.
Make all the videos.
Make the videos, even if they're reels and shorts. Save it, just put them on YouTube, man. Fuck
all right, subscribe. And I'm trying to tweet more. I'm Volothamp M Tautology on Twitter. Or is that actually Volo Tautology? VOLO Tautology. TAUTOLOGY. That's my Twitter and Instagram, and I don't do Instagram. And what's my reels? I don't even know what my reels is. Volothamp M Tautology is my Twitch. So it's coming soon to a video near you.
Nice. And shout out to everybody that's watching the show. Shout out to my guy, Jinx, who's been hanging out with us. In the close, Jinx says, it is the anal renaissance. You guys just aren't classy enough. You step your game up, get your class up. Shout out to Jinx Sharkhan from Dark Side Music. He's got some grimy beats. If you're into hip-hop and you see him in any of my chats and stuff, fucks with him, especially if you're back east in Philly. Or we do things on the computer now. He got some grimy, real hip-hop, not that popcorn candy rap. You know what I'm saying? That's how we roll out this joint. And also, of course, thanks for checking out Noodle Free Mondays. This show comes on every Monday. We play an hour of video. I'm gonna start playing interviews from like serious actors and stuff we interviewed every week. On Wednesday, we got the My Part of Town podcast, which is a show all about Philadelphia and what's going on in the city. We also want to know what's going on in your city, in your town, about the food, the wine, the crime, the bitches, the hoes, the brothers, and the bros. And that's how we roll down with that. And then, of course, we got on Saturday, we got Volo and Budhead's Tech-a-Palooza, where we talk about technology, AI concerns, and where a woman like Sukiana says, I'm finna eat a nigga ass. I'm finna eat an AI ass. That's what I'm finna say. I'm finna eat an AI ass. That's gonna be my new shit on that show. So we'll get used to hearing that phrase on a regular basis. I'm finna eat an AI ass. She's the most disgusting human being. Anyway, check out our other shows. Be back here on Monday. Thanks for watching. Like, share, subscribe, whatever it may be. Or send us to somebody you can't stand so that they can be punished with my shitty fucking show. So thanks everybody for watching. And I always like to close the shows with love is good, life is better. You better do something that's going to make you last forever. Because 20 years from now, no one will remember when you're gone. All right. That's Noodle Free Mondays. We're in the streets and we is out.